drift time. Engine scream, burning rubber, no rewind. Joker series chaos in the night, lights glow. Pedal to the metal, let the madness flow. Crash and burn, spin out, lose control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul. Gonna learn me, last control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul. Joker series, burn it down. Gotta burn it up. In the Joker series, burn it down. Only speed survives. Pressure in the veins. Time is breaking down. Take the line and twist away. No turning back now. Adrenaline, adrenaline, rushing in the bloodstream, can't contain. One chance, one line, overtake, redesign. dancing with the flame. Every corner's deadly, but we play the game. Joker's rules, no mercy, no disguise. See the hunger for the win in every driver's eyes. Wreckage in the rear view, ghosts on my tail. Push the throttle harder, I was born to fail. No brakes, no mistakes, just a rebel's heart. Joker series rips the world apart. Truth is, I'm wired, adrenaline's my vice. Risk it all, roll the dice, pay the price. Fuel in my veins, fire in my chest. Joker's got me hooked, no time for rest. Gotta burn it up in the Joker series. Burn it down, push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground in the Joker series. We're love but never bound. Burn it down, yeah, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series we burn it down. Spin out, lose control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul. Blood on the track, sweat in my eyes. Keep on racing till the day that I die. Faster, harder, break the line. Steal the crown, it's do or die time. Joker's chaos, it's the only way. Live for the race, no tomorrow today. Gotta burn it up in the Joker series. Burn it down, push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground in the Joker series. We're lost but never found. Burn it down, yeah, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series we burn it down. Burn it down, yeah, till the engine's fried. Joker series, where the feel is fly. Burn it down, yeah, till the finish line in the cave.
Race underway, the very first Joker's series. And I don't think anything like this has been done in Gran Turismo that's been at least broadcasted, so.
Engines roar, the night ignites, speeding through the neon lights. Salamanders call, we hear the sound. The Joker series, it's going down. Twist the wheel, feel the flame. Every track is not the same.
Go.
Feel the thrill. Ooh, yeah. The Joker series, chase the skill. Round and round, we play the game. Fast and wild, never tame. Never tame. Never burns. The crowd goes wild. Victory's grin, the racer style. And across the globe, we're locked in tight. Salamander leads us into the night. Turn the corner, speed away.
There. There, now people can hear me. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties. Welcome to the Salamander Racing Joker Series. I am Salamander. Most people just call me Sal. We're going to be joined today in the booth by a couple good friends of mine. The first one, a man who needs no introduction, T-Case. Welcome to the broadcast. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing great, Sal. Thank you for having me once again here at the Joker Series. How you doing, man?
I am doing good. Let's see. Oh, I think we got some echo going on. But while we work on that, the second person we have is another lady who needs no introduction. From Sector 7 Racing, Tati. How you doing, Tati?
I'm glad that I'm the other lady too. That makes I'm a happy camper.
I like this because now it sounds like we're really at the race. It's the PA
There we go.
system.
I got the echo off. I got the echo. I had the monitor on, so it was coming through twice. I hope everybody else could still hear it, but technical difficulties all the time. But here we are once again at the Joker Series. For those that haven't been here before, let me give a brief explanation of what we do here. We've got a couple of splits that we're going to run, some exhibition splits today, just for fun. We're doing Joker laps, hence the name Joker Series. So there's a little extra section of track that the drivers are all aware of that they have to take. This month, there's going to be just one Joker lap that they have to take, but it just adds a little bit of strategy to how the race pans out. You know, not only are there pit stops, but they have to time when they're going to do their Joker lap and whether they can get it done cleanly. So that's what we're all about here at the Joker Series. It's a good time. One thing I will mention is that we are sponsored by 4D Racewear.
Makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 4D sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedal in a way that no other racing shoe can and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 4dracewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet.
Thank you, Tati. All right, next, let's go over the lobby settings for today. T-Case, could you take us through them?
Absolutely. We are at the lovely Grand Valley Highway 1, the traditional layout, except for we will have a Joker lap. 14 laps, one Joker must be done, cannot be done on the first lap or an out lap or the final lap. Tires are at 3 times tire wear, racing mediums required, but the other tires are available. Fuel burn is at 3 times, and refuel rate is at 2 liters per second. And the damage is set to light. The cars that these drivers will be driving, as you can see there in the background, lights flashing. We have the safety cars. A very underused category in Gran Turismo, if you ask me. Unless you go into those fun role-playing cops and robbers lobbies late at night. Those are pretty fun as well. But you have the Mercedes AMG, you have the BMW M4, the Dodge Charger, and the Nissan GTR, all safety car versions on the racing medium tires.
Yeah, you got that right, T-Case. I don't think I've ever seen a race with people using these other than when my kids run those like cops and robbers scenarios, which is kind of where this race is inspired from, is watching them go and do that. They have so much fun. They don't like doing daily races or sport mode, but they do like going into lobbies and enforcing the speed limit. I don't get it, but we're not enforcing the speed limit here. We're going as fast as possible, but that's the deal. So that's going to bring us to the keys to this race. What is it that's going to make people successful at this particular track with this particular combo? The first one to talk about is just the drivers need to manage their tires. These are heavier road cars. There are some fast corners along with some slow hairpins, and they can eat the tires up. So, you know, one of the keys to the good race is just getting those tires managed and making them last as long as possible.
Indeed. Another one, I had to change my wording on this one, but the difference between the cars, I was going to say know your car, but in racing against other people, All these cars have different lines, different braking points. Some can go flat out, some have to lift, some have to brake heavy. So understanding what your competitors are doing around you is definitely going to be a key to this race.
The third key is to minimize the penalties. So to make the racing work, the penalties are on, and that includes wall penalties. So drivers will need to be competent and know where they can place those tires and know exactly the width and length of their car. These races are usually pretty tight, and we've seen penalties change a lot over the course of a few stints.
Indeed. That was another one. I mean, I had a lobby open all day today. I was doing work around the house and whatnot, and was just hopping in, running a few laps, trying out the different cars. And it was, the penalties were getting me, both wall and track limits.
Yep. Yeah, normally I try to keep the wall penalties off, but at this particular track, if you saw where the Joker lap is, it's basically at that hairpin. And there's a wall right there. So if you don't have the wall penalties on, people could just go barreling into the Joker, hit the wall to stop, and then keep going, and we don't want to do that. So the wall pens are on really for that purpose, and unfortunately, it is going to make it so that I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of penalties today. But we'll see. All these drivers are really good at what they do, and if they put in the practice, they can keep their car under control. It is really easy to lose the rear end in at least a couple of these cars, so we'll see how they do. With that being said, I'm going to go into the lobby, make sure the drivers are all ready. So I'm going to say ta-ta. I will be back at the end of the broadcast when we reveal next month's combo. So everybody will definitely want to stick around for that. But yeah, I leave it in your guys' capable hands. TK's, Tati, you guys take it away. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
All right.
See you guys.
Thanks, Sal.
Why am I saying
Tati,
you guys? Only Sal's leaving.
have you tried the cops and traffic cop racing that goes on at Tokyo Expressway?
I didn't understand it. Jumped in the lobby, immediately was like, what? And then left. So that's the extent of my experience with it. I could see it being fun, and I could definitely see myself enjoying it with friends when I was younger, for sure.
Yeah.
Now I have a need for that racing, but if you have those skills, you could, and you evade the cops, you did the same thing.
I mean, you maybe played driver on the PlayStation there back in the day, having to complete the driving test to get out of the parking garage. What a good game. What a good game. Yeah, I had to have somebody explain it to me. I was streaming and I was just looking at lobbies and I hopped in one and I was like, what's going on? And thankfully there was a youth in there in the chat, and they were able to explain it to me. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I've done a couple of them, but these cars are interesting. They are technically road cars, but we're on the racing tires, which and some felt just fine and others felt kind of crazy.
On this track is crazy. All the elevation change, coupled with like kind of sweeping corners. That suspension is going to be working overtime. It's going to be a lot bouncy. If you heard the DGDR podcast, you know that I just bought a Crown Vic. It's going to feel like my Crown Vic. Going through the potholes of Atlanta. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's well, congratulations. I have 30 minutes. I have 30 minutes left of that. No, but good. I dated a girl and her dad was a Ford mechanic, and he had this sick, fully restored 80s Crown Vic in dark blue, and it was so cool. Yeah. I was like, man, that's a good time.
One of my favorite cars my family's ever had was a 1986 Colony Park white station wagon with the brown, the wood, the dark wood paneling. But the old man my dad bought it off of optioned it with the 5.0, which was
of course
only available in that year.
That's so cool.
Yes, mind you, the year I was born. So obviously a year for excellence all around. You know what I mean?
Amazing.
So I'm like, I don't know, 12 or 13 when my dad buys this car, and it's so clean, and it's got like the couches for seats and the nice rumble seats in the back. And then I learned to drive in it.
That's awesome.
It was nasty.
Oh, that's
Did
fantastic.
Say it's time? Is it?
It's almost time. They're about to get started. So there is one car allowed here that falls into that category of what you're talking about, man. That is the Charger SRT Hellcat.
Yep.
Maybe a bit more power, but I'm sure 15, 16-year-old Tati, it was all the power needed for sure.
Was. And that thing was so smooth. The accelerate, you just wouldn't know that you were doing 90 on a back road until you hit a bump, and you're like, that was like 3 bounces. You know what I mean? Like,
why are we still going?
Bad. So why was it 3? I'm doing 90. I'm doing 90 in the dark.
In the dark. Yeah. My dad had a Volvo C70 or S70 Turbo. And so it had a surprising amount of power. You know, it was a sleeper right there. And that was always fun whenever I got my dad's car and I could beat everybody off the line. It was like, yay, I win.
Toyota Previa SC.
Oh,
that one was also fun because it was stupid. I was like, why am I hearing supercharger whine out of our family minivan? Why
this makes no sense.
But then I was like, no, this is cool.
And I think we're about to see a weird sight here because typically you only see one set of flashing lights on a racetrack leading cars around. We're about to see a load of flashing lights. I saw Shaggy in chat saying this race was blinding, and I can agree. I was racing against VKG earlier today, and following closely was very distracting. As we see with million vertices, they sound smart. You think they're smart? And then we have Shaggy Do in the police mobile. Ecstasy further ahead. I didn't mean to do that. There we go. What is he driving?
That's the SLS. Oh, sorry, GT.
Oh, I was trying to see his livery there, but it's hard to tell. And then
there's that suspension.
Speaking
there's
of
that body roll, that transfer. Yep.
VKG, and then Metal. This car's impossible. I can't wait to see how Metal fares here. Oh, and then Nasty in the booty sweat.
Yeah, always.
So interesting. Mostly AMGs out there. One Charger. Everybody else in the AMG, and there's those penalties you were talking about.
Well, he actually tapped the wall. Like he's got damage, as you can see. Front splitter, front right. He skimmed that wall with that front right wheel. So, there you go. Just trying to cut it as tight as possible. I mean, that is part of getting the acceleration out of here, but if you do it too soon, such a long corner is acceptable. You're like, this is the apex, right? No, you're not quite there.
Yeah, indeed.
Oh, it's not a rainbow, but it is multiple colors. TK, question for you.
Yes.
On the subject of being smart, and you talked about it being blinding. Do you think there are any video settings that these drivers might be using to help maybe?
Oh, for sure.
That won't make the track too dark to see, right?
For sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Because typically at a night race, you just brighten everything. But if you brighten everything,
turning it up. Yeah.
You're just making it even harder to see. So maybe they're potentially darkening it because there's still a glimpse of sun over the horizon. I don't know. That's interesting because I know for a fact I've heard people talk in practice, especially for NRL, about adjusting their screen settings for the time of day. But yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah, I wonder how they're going to do it. And if I recall, so it's been a while since I drove a safety car, but I think you can turn the flashers off, right?
Yeah, if you have the button mapped, but most people have it on auto brights.
Yes.
So if you have it on auto brights, I don't think there's anything you can do.
Okay, got it. The only reason I say that is because I just want to point out how diabolical Sal is by not making the rule to turn them off. He knew what he was doing. And he knew everyone would have them on. This is part of the challenge, right? So I like that Joker lap, or the Joker area, is an insane hairpin, which is what we were talking about off the screen. I can't imagine braking for it with another car right in front of you flashing those yellow lights. How do I see?
Yeah, it's crazy, and to bring up my point of know the difference between the cars is
most of these drivers are in the AMG right now, but we do have one in the Charger. All these cars have different braking points. And I was in the GTR racing against VKG. So we're going to get our first lap time here across the line. S to C on pole with a 153.857. But it was I would brake so much later and be able to get the inside on the turn, and he would take it was so hard to pass, and especially coming into turn one, really difficult.
Yeah, well, we're going to see how it plays out for some of these drivers, and some of them will do multiple stints, and we watch them get better as the night goes on, especially those who may not have gotten much practice over the week. This is pretty casual. So, you know, they might just be feeling the car out. In fact, I think when we first got on screen, we saw a couple people tap walls and stuff like that. Just like, oh, my first time ever driving this thing. Wow, look at those tires on the third lap. No, second lap for Shaggy.
Second lap. He is on controller, which is a little more difficult when it comes to tire wear. But none of these cars were, it's more this track is not kind on the tires. We were talking about it on the Dumb Guys Do Racing podcast. You just haven't really taken the time to find the flow. I wasn't familiar with the older Grand Valleys because I missed a lot of the middle Gran Turismo and can barely remember the original. But I love this track, and I found its flow early on, and I think it's a fun one, but it is not kind to the tires at all, Tati.
No, it's not. And you know what? I've had fun on the various layouts of this track, especially some of the shorter ones, like streetcar type stuff. You just kind of pick it up as you're driving it and find the right lines. So the ability to love this track is definitely there for me. I'm gonna make a jump on it and try it out. I just gotta pick me up in the PS5 here soon.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Right? I mean, you don't remember the old one. And for us, when we heard we were getting Grand Valley back, we were kind of expecting this kind of lush, green, mountainous terrain. And what we got was, you know, pretty typical California Pacific Coast. Very beautiful ocean, but ultimately just brown rock and sand everywhere else. And it's just different. But the core track is there. It's always been a fantastic racetrack.
Yeah, and it is gorgeous. It is one of the first thing I did when I got VR was drive here in an open wheel car and go sit and watch the sunset. I've been fortunate enough to drive on this road, not this far south, but can know how fun it is in real life, even when you're in a Toyota Corolla rental.
So good, so good. TK, we should go on a date on this track, like a little,
Right?
Yeah, like a little like sunset situation, just me and you laughing.
It would be fabulous.
Oh my gosh.
You need to get yourself a PlayStation.
Yes. Do you love the movie Cars? Like,
Oh, absolutely I do.
Okay, so we're gonna recreate basically.
You
know what I'm talking about. I didn't even have to finish.
Do I get to be in the Porsche?
You may.
Okay,
You
thank
be
you.
the Porsche. I'll be whatever. Lightning.
You'll be Lightning McQueen. Fair enough.
Thinking
Fair
a
enough.
Dodge Viper, I think.
Awesome. So
Do you wanna
we'll
read
set a
the-
date in the future. We got to look at these results. We got S to C on pole. Wow, a 153.857. Not far off is Shaggy Do, 153.984. Then VKG with a 155.623. PHG Nasty with a 156.861. Then we got Metal there in P5. The Lone Hellcat with a 157.794, and not sure what happened to Million Vertices, but he was struggling, or they were struggling with penalties that whole time. So that is our round one or race one qualifying results.
Yeah, good quality there for everyone. I mean, kind of close between the top 3 or 4, I think, but you never know what's going to happen during the actual race. There are 16 entire laps around here, which mean there are a lot of opportunities for people who may not have qualified as well to get up there. Plus, that Joker lap, ooh, that Joker lap is going to be tough. It's going to be tough for some folks.
It really is, and we didn't even get into strategy really because the racing mediums are required, but the softs and hards are available. I can tell you the mediums won't make it that whole race. I don't care who you are. You're not gonna
You're not going to do it. But even if you could do it, the fuel's not going to get you the whole race. So at some point, you're going to have to pit. We have an all-wheel drive car, a relatively light rear-wheel drive car in the M4. Slightly heavier than that, we have the AMG, which is also rear-wheel drive. And then we have the Hellcat, which is just ginormous. And very, very heavy, but has all the power. 707 horsepower. So much more than the rest. It's going to be interesting. I did a bit of testing. Well, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. More like ask, actually, since you did do a bit of testing, so you can answer this with your testing, hopefully. Tire wear, fuel wear. If you're in the Challenger, you're in the Hell Kitty, you are not speedy on track. Do you stay at the bottom of RPMs and use that torque, come out on the hards, and then pit in for a medium stint just to meet your requirement? But maybe you pit for a lot less time because you've also saved fuel that whole time. I don't know. What do you try to do?
Yeah, that's interesting because fuel is at 2 liters a second. And I found the tire wear was difficult, but I'm not strategic enough to be able to do that. I just found out how many laps I could go, and that was about as much thought as I put into it. And that's why I'm here in the booth and not out there on the track. But I do believe we are about to get underway. Here we are. Amazing stuff. Look at those lights flashing. Here, grid start, false start check. 14 laps, mediums required, 1 joker lap required. Now T1, as we go, isn't so bad at the start of the race. It's once you're carrying all that speed, you can see some drivers in the background going side by side. Looks like SSC gets a great launch, keeping it tight on the inside. You can see further back, Metal making a move up into P4. And he's going to use all the power. Now, this is where it gets tricky. All these AMGs are going to be on the same line, lifting where they need to lift. No brake, just carrying the speed. Might be a bit different for Metal in the background. Let's see if any dust gets kicked up. No, it doesn't. He's able to maintain that P4. As we go into the hairpin, you can see the back end stepping out of SSC. These cars, if you don't get them slowed down on these racing tires before you start turning, the back is prone to stepping out. What are your thoughts as we finish that first sector here, Tati?
Nice and neat for most of these drivers here, and then Metal made his way up to 4th place. I think now that we're in the really twisty bits of the track, though, he is absolutely going to suffer. There is that long straight, but he has to keep up with these cars to actually make something happen. 2 million vertices with a 1.5-second penalty. I wonder how that happened. That's big.
It is. That sounds like a wall pen with the 1.5. Yeah. It can be brutal, and you can see SSC just having smooth running. I'm going to scan through the field here real quick and tell you what everybody's on. So SSC is on the racing mediums. Then we have Shaggy Doo just behind on the racing mediums. VKG in P3 is on the softs just behind Shaggy, and then a bit of a gap between VKG and Metal. Metal being on the mediums, Nasty on the mediums, and Million Vertices on the mediums as well. So only one soft runner out here. So VKG, who was in my lobby a lot today, doing a lot of testing in all the cars. I think that testing's going to pay off. What are your thoughts on that strategy?
I mean, we'll see. VKG is on the softs. Do you know if they're a controller user? Maybe?
No, he's in a wheel with a full rig, motion sensor, everything.
Oh,
he's got the whole kit and caboodle, if you will.
Got it all, man. I guess so. Just going for pure speed, I suppose, here. He is sort of keeping up with Shaggy and S2C, but they are running away. You can see when they were all in the same frame. Clearly not making it. This is a replay of Million Vertices. What happened? Almost lost the back end there. Trying and a nice little hop getting into the Joker lap there. I think that's our first Joker lap.
Yes, it is.
What'd you call it? What kind of angle, TK?
Oh, it was cute.
It was cute.
It was a cute angle.
It was a cute angle.
So you can see there, like, it really, that's a crazy turn to make. When I first tried it, I just went straight into the wall. I was like, how are you supposed to do that? But you can see how unstable the car got under braking when the wheels turned. So that really makes T1 super, super tricky as we see Shaggy is applying all kinds of pressure to the back of SSC. Shaggy looking good. He also plays on automatic, which we know does affect your fuel consumption. So interesting to see that raw speed come out there, Tati.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I know automatic won't shift as far down as you want to, which could save you fuel, but it also won't short shift for you if you need to. So you can't save fuel there either. It is an interesting compromise to make, but I understand why some people might. Sometimes it's physical ability, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and it's also a comfort level. Like, obviously, do what works for you. Into turn 1, do they get it slowed down? Oh my goodness, and you can see Shaggy just running a bit wide. SSC able to keep it tight there. Kicking that cone that was picked up by Million Vertices when they took their Joker lap, and you can already see the tire wear there on BKG. And Metal now taking his Joker lap. Can he get that Dodge Charger turned around? Holy cow. Well played there by Metal. Joker lap done.
You know what? A nice little kick of the rear there, just a little power oversteer to get a point in the right direction. That showed a little gumption, some skill there.
Indeed. Metal, great guy to race with. We've had our fair share of contact, but we've always had a good time. Always enjoy racing with Metal and all these guys. This is fun. I do enjoy these lobbies because it's almost always all people that I race with on a regular basis. So always good to see them out there competing. BKG not able to make those softs really work for him. I'm a bit surprised. He did put down a 154.621 on lap 2, but Shaggy on the racing mediums was able to put down a 153.516. So the tire advantage doesn't really seem to be there, Tati.
No, it's not, and I wonder if maybe they took that because there's a pace issue, or they perceive a pace issue, or maybe it was just accidental, right? But it's not working out. You've got the softest tire. That means you have to hit sooner than everyone else, and I'm thinking maybe even an extra time over the course of 14 laps here.
Yeah, I don't know that. I mean, in this car particular, the soft medium strat can work. He would be finishing on the slower tire. Maybe he was thinking that he was in the top 3. He better go ahead and try to take advantage, but clearly unmatched as we see Shaggy again trying that outside line, not playing out for him. And a big old hop there over the cone. Oh, I love GT7 physics. We saw a bunch of this at NRL. Nasty. Oh, the booty sweat is into the wall. 1.5 second penalty. I wonder what happened here.
Well, you know what? That was a lot of oversteer. That rear end was not there. Do you think it was the booty sweat?
I think so. And did it look like Metal also took a second? Yeah, Metal doing a second. Maybe he felt like his first one didn't count. Not exactly sure what was going on there, but yeah, tough one for Nasty. We will need a rule clarification. Does that count as Nasty's Joker lap?
Oh, good question. He had the blinker on, so I think it's a yes, actually.
All right. Very nicely done. And I was curious if that was going to happen, if people were going to crash going into the Joker, because I did. It is
well, it's a really tough corner. Like it's so I see the sequence. You're going as fast as this car has, right? You're off the longest straight, and there is a slight left, right? But you have to start braking pretty much while you're in that turn. It is downhill, so you're braking, which dives. Your car kind of dives to the front end, and then it's downhill, which takes even more weight off that rear end. You gotta really feather the brake. You really can't let the car move at all, basically.
Or have that wheel pointed in it's a tight line. I did it once. You have the car just in the right spot. As you see Shaggy having the wheel turned ever so slightly under braking, losing control there, but able to gain it as SSC takes the Joker lap, allowing Shaggy Doo up into the lead. Interesting stuff. So Shaggy will still need to take that Joker, as we do have a new leader, and you can see that has put a 2.2 second gap between Shaggy and SSC.
Wow. Yeah, that's a huge gap between those two. 3.7 between SSC and VKG. But yeah, these two were in a dogfight for a little bit.
Yeah, VKG's doing a good job on his tire wear, especially compared to Shaggy. They roughly have the same tire wear, with SSC up ahead having slightly better. So VKG's making these softs last. I think he might get away with this one stopper. And potentially, if I take a look at fuel, no, he has roughly the same amount of fuel. I was kind of hoping he was fuel saving. But further back, Metal, who has done 2 Joker laps and is in the Charger, his tires are not looking great.
Imagine that.
Who'd have thunk?
First of all, he's got all that police equipment in there these other guys don't have, right? He's got that bull bar up front. He's got an extra set of wheel and lights. You know, that big old chunky Panasonic laptop in there with the with the brackets. I mean,
he goes deep.
Oof.
Hate to see. Yep, all that weight, definitely affecting.
Shotgun in the back, you know.
He's full on the brakes and just can't get it slowed down, and then you're off into the dirt. The only thing making it better is that beautiful sunset.
Wow, what a dog! But you know what? I love the decision to go ahead and take it because everyone else was in the AMG, and you know there are a couple other races to change your mind. Now you've learned something about the track and the car, and we'll see you next stint.
Yeah, that's a really great point, Tati, because this might be the ultimate strategy for Metal. We're doing 3 races, and clearly everybody's liking this AMG. Metal's just getting the Charger out of the way because the drivers do have to use a different car each race. So if they're planning on racing again, they're going to have to change it up.
And their first race is likely to be their worst race. So get the worst car out of the way and just get better and better as the night goes on.
That's a good strategy there by Metal. Indeed. I'm curious to see what the final race holds, if all of these drivers could do all 3 and see what they want to end on, because they were all competitive and fun options. I enjoyed some more than the others. Will be interesting. Have you driven any of these cars like outside of Joker Series at all?
Way back in Gran Turismo Sport, I don't think that I've driven any of these in 7, which, you know, in Sport it was kind of cool because I remember we would get them from time to time in the gift, not gift,
yes,
but it was something like that, right? I remember when they kept supporting it, we'd get new paint chips and new stuff, and it kind of died off in the game, unfortunately. But getting new safety cars was so cool because it was like just this different street version and the half.
Yeah.
Question for you, since you did drive these cars, like some better than others. We talked about getting rid of the worst car first. Do you think that might be what these other cars you guys are doing with the AMG GT? What was your order?
I preferred the GTR, I think, once I got the hang of the understeer. But I felt like the AMG was the most competitive. It was easier to control than both the M4 and the Charger. It was fine on tires. The M4 was way underpowered at the back end, stepped out a lot, and the Charger, to me, was just insane. So, I mean, if these drivers can wrangle that Charger, it does have the most power. So this has a huge, long straight. Well, kind of straight. I guess that's how you describe me. And then they go just full out down. I lost the back end coming out of the tunnel at the pit entrance, like on throttle. So if they can wrangle it, I think, I mean, it could be the one to do it. It's gonna be interesting to see.
Shaggy Dude is putting on a clinic here in the AMG, so you might be right. This is one of the more competitive ones. With that terrible tire wear on the front left, you get to see him just balancing out the throttle and braking these corners like incredibly masterfully. And that explains the 2.5-second gap to the next driver, who used to be in the lead, mind you.
Who used to be. Well, and also SSC did do his Joker. Shaggy has yet, and his tires are running out. I'm curious if he pits first or does the Joker first. I think this will be a lap to decide.
Yeah,
think if he doesn't joker this lap, he'll come in for the pits next lap.
Honestly, I would not run the joker on that right medium. I mean, on that front left rather. That front left. Yeah, there you go. It's a very tight left-hander or right-hander, and that tire is going to fail you and make it the slowest joker lap you can get.
And interestingly, VKG on the softs able to get an extra lap, though he wasn't running the lap times that his competitors were. He is going to get one extra lap on that softer compound if he can keep it together. That's cool to see there.
Yeah, we'll see if the overcut works for him there. If he can, I mean, he wasn't getting dirty laps, so he's just got to keep up the pace, I guess. And maybe he'll come out in favorable conditions there. Was that graphic new? The new leader graphic? That was so cool.
It's not new. It's just not always remembered to be used.
What do you mean? Sal is
things are going on.
Sal remembers every prompt and everything, but I guess you also don't catch every new leader, so that makes sense.
Exactly. And then also us as commentators forget to say anything as well. It was interesting. Ecstasy able to come out of the pits ahead of Shaggy because of fuel. So Shaggy being on control or on automatic definitely played to the disadvantage there and allowed Ecstasy to leapfrog him with the refueling. But Shaggy Doo also picking up a half-second penalty there, coming down the S's into the hairpin. Unfortunate to see.
Yep, see both cars get squirrely there. Ooh, and now at 1.5 for Ecstasy. It's half of the wall. Yeah, I could tell he's a little loose through there. Like, he's just, those tires seem a little bit greasy. But I was going to say both of these drivers got squirrely kind of in the same spot. And we see it continuing to happen for them.
Indeed. And I mean, I think it's just cold mediums. There's not a lot of sun out there. The track temps are high. Is VKG staying out again? So VKG is going to have a long pit because of fuel. But all the other drivers are doing medium. So VKG doing a long stint on these softs. His lap times aren't terrible, for sure, but they're not up there with Ecstasy and Shaggy Doo. So
mediums, I guess.
Nasty stays out as well.
Okay. Some folks running it long. Interesting. Maybe opting to have the absolute freshest tires on track for the end of it. I think maybe that's the strategy, or do you think they're just kind of like enjoying it? Like, hey, I still got gas in the car.
Yeah, I think a lot of drivers play it by how it feels, as we see. Oh, I thought we were going to see Shaggy take the Joker, but no, he gets it slowed down just barely. But I think VKG's in a flow. His lap times are consistent and just going to stay out there, and Nasty must be feeling the same way.
Yeah, and also, ironically, these cars might actually be easier to drive with the tire wear, because if the tire has more slip, you get less body roll.
Indeed, especially going into turn one. I think the tight twisty bits are going to be where they suffer. That's where they just really need the grip. It's not about applying the brake pressure. It's more about dancing on the throttle. But into those more difficult turns, I think for sure could be a great advantage here.
You know what? That's really part of the fun of driving street cars, because my philosophy is, okay, my goal is to disturb this car as little as possible. Whatever I'm trying to do, I don't want it to have to move too much, right? 2.5 for Nasty. Is he start it now, or is that next lap?
Looks like it's now. So Nasty's dropping back. VKG finally in the pits. Nasty going to lose 2 positions down to P4. But I agree with you 100%. It's a different beast than driving the downforce cars for sure.
It is. The point I was going to make there is that putting racing tires, like tires that are just too grippy for that suspension, right? You just end up disturbing the car more instead of less because you have more grip. It's actually a great training tool on these street cars, because now you have to be even more ginger. You genuinely are like, if I slam on the brakes in this car on racing softs, it's gonna dive real hard. I'm gonna lose the rear end on it, right? I gotta eggshell this thing, and it's its own kind of challenge and fun. And then you get back on like a proper street tire, and you're in there, you're in the flow, you got it.
That was some Gordon Bombay stuff right there. Soft hands, soft hands.
Soft hands, soft hands. No, I mean that's. I think that's where every driver should start, and I think that is how Gran Turismo sees it too, right? When you go through career mode, they don't let you jump into the race cars. You
Right.
drive first, like really crappy cars you can't get in much trouble with, and then you get into sports cars that you can get in a lot of trouble with if you don't soft hands and eggshell it, right? And then they give you the race cars, because that will make you better in the race cars.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of the things I loved Project Cars 2, P-Cars 2. They did that same thing, and one of the earlier stages was Rallycross with the Joker stuff, which this series is inspired from. But you start out in the Renault Clio Cup and stuff like that, and kind of get your feet wet. That's what they say. Yeah, feet wet. And then they slowly make it. I never made it to the real race cars. I got tired. But it was cool.
I'm sure. I think they have a couple penalties. Is that metal with one as well?
Yeah.
1.5 for metal, and I think it was VKG with a 1.5 as well. So they must be picking up that large penalties somewhere pretty consistently. I don't think they're all tapping a wall, but maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's the downhill S to the hairpin. It's a common one to pick up the penalty, and then through the tight twisty bits, it's easy to get your rear quarter panel on the wall.
Yes.
It's really difficult, and the tunnel's tough too, because none of these cars you can do flat out in the tunnel. So it's an interesting dance through there as well. Shaggy, as far as I know, has yet to do his Joker, so everyone else has completed the task. It'll be interesting to see. He's gonna have to get past Ecstasy and put some space in him, because he's only 9.8 seconds ahead of Ecstasy, ahead of VKG, so that'll allow VKG to get closer once he serves his Joker lap. Anything standing out here?
Well, I was glad that we were getting kind of that POV view. I wanted to say, hey, next time these drivers go through that section you're talking about, the S's into the hairpin, can we please get a POV to show just how difficult it is to balance through there. Maybe nobody was paying attention to that because I didn't actually get to say it, but maybe next lap we'll watch another driver go through it that you had just mentioned. Going through the S's into that hairpin is an easy place to get a penalty. And we just watched Shaggy basically do perfectly with the shoes.
Yeah, indeed. And you can see the half throttle, quarter throttle, full throttle, then heavy onto the brakes into the hairpin, getting the car turned in very nicely. Nasty's doing there, and then into the tight twisty bits. This is my favorite part. Just on the throttle, off the throttle, just kind of feeling it out, feeling where the grip is. When can you get all the way on it? What's going to help rotate the car? What's going to push the car? And you can see a big snap as he drifts, and maybe that's where we're seeing the penalties. Some drivers cutting the track there or snapping the guardrail. What did you... Oh, again, it's so difficult to get the car. You want to get the car slowed down. Nasty is on the soft, so he's doing the alternate strategy of BKG. BKG did soft mediums, as we see Shaggy finally taking his Joker lap back on the track, no problems. Got a good enough gap to BKG. So they were on opposite strategies, but they pit on the same lap. So Nasty not comfortable enough. As we see this replay again, you can see he just can't get the car slowed down, but good to hold on it and stay out of the barriers.
Yeah, he snapped right and then left. You were doing such a fantastic job of calling like his inputs, right? Quarter throttle, half throttle, etc. And literally watching him dance and fill out the grip like you mentioned. And then he got to that point and he hit what happened. Like, these cars kind of rubber band, but instead of the shocks and stuff are supposed to make that rebound smaller and smaller until the car settles. But you keep going left, right, downhill, brake, up, right? It never settles down, and I think what we just watched was eventually it goes to a point where there's just too much energy, and you lose part of the car. He lost the rear end. It's so fascinating to watch him be picture perfect and then still not get rewarded for it in the end.
That was a great description, because it's just all that energy getting built up between the rubber, the springs, the strut, everything going and working together, and then it just becomes too much and it's overload. It sounded like you were calling out the unlimited health cheat code there for a second.
For a second, right? It was like left, right, up, down, BA start. I think that's it, right? The old Konami code.
And it looks like, I mean, it's spreading out there. Ecstasy, I mean, commanding job there. Metal back in P5, going back up to our leader. You can see the gap there, 5.3 seconds as he goes into T1. Everyone has gotten their Joker taken care of. So it's just a matter to see, do the racing mediums of VKG having so much meat on them compared to Shaggy and Ecstasy, who pitted way earlier, will that help him bring down that 12-second gap he has on Ecstasy? What are your thoughts on that, Tati?
It might. He gets to drive the car a little less gingerly, right? I think part of what we watched catch, I can't remember who it was already, but what part of what caught Million Vertices out is that maybe he's trying to drive this car like he's still on the mediums. Feeling like, oh, well, as we say that, we made a cursed VKG huge shut into the wall and a 1.5 second penalty, along with the damage that comes with that.
That looked like some Ollie Behrman stuff right there. Just full speed into the wall. Nice little hop.
Now, why is Ollie in it? Why is Ollie catching strays?
Oh, he's not catching strays. It was not his fault. It was just a crazy crash. It was terrifying. I love Ollie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on Ollie. It was just the latest big crash.
You know what? I realize I might be a weekend behind on Formula One. Don't spoil it.
Okay. Well, the last 3 weeks have been canceled, so you're really behind.
Okay, I'm very behind, because I was like, why is the last race I watched in Japan? There should have been another race.
No, that was the last race. That was the last race.
It's been canceled for 3 weeks. Dude, I've been in baseball land. Baseball season started 3 weeks ago.
It's the Middle Eastern races.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Safety.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Some people aren't even getting, like, some companies aren't even shipping out there. Like, you can't get a FedEx package.
Yeah, that's crazy. Going back on to the racing, VKG about to start the final lap of this race.
Oh.
Great race length. You can see he's hopefully timed the fuel perfectly. I think he's going to make it around. What do you think about that low fuel there?
Maybe, and I saw the fuel and the camera angle was doing something weird for me, and I thought he was actually pitting because of the fuel. So I was like, pitting? But no, I guess he's gonna ride it out, see if he can secure this podium. It's a torquey car. He can, keep it down. He's got enough of a gap that he really could just shift it like before he even sees the bar, and hopefully make it.
Everybody else seems to be looking good on fuel. Million Vertices low like VKG is, but looks like Shaggy Doo's been able to pull quite the gap and be able to push those mediums, but they are struggling. But Estacy's going to be at first across the line. He only has a right-hander and then a quick right or a quick left-right and then a lazy but very concentrated left-right. I think I got that right.
I think you did. I think you know what? You ate that up, honestly.
See coming around. His fuel is low, but not nearly as low as the drivers behind him. His tires are looking good. You see the lift there, playing on the throttle, back to full throttle. It's all his for round or race one of this event of the Joker Series. And across the line, Ecstasy, our race winner, followed by Shaggy Doosters. Across the line, AMG 1, 2, and if VKG can cross the line before he runs out of fuel, it'll be an AMG 1, 2, 3. Well, actually, it would be either way, because if Nasty caught him, then he's in the AMGs.
It would be.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's out of fuel. There you go. Good
Saw
thing
the
he
flash
built
flashing.
up. Look at that gap he's got. He's fine. He's fine. Everybody's fine.
Such a good looking car. I love the AMG GT.
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, honestly, I didn't see how Mercedes could top the SLS, but dare I say
They did it. They
the
did it.
GT is low key sexier.
It's got a big old booty.
Yeah, I love that thing.
It's
You know?
that's my favorite. And when I go to the races in real life, and thankfully I get to go in a week and a half, or even under a week. The AMG GT3 is my favorite car to take pictures of. It is, and it looks so amazing in person because it's so huge,
Yes.
but so small still. Like the
So
cockpit
wide.
is tiny, and everything else is huge.
Yeah, I'm gonna hate when they get off the tracks because I love seeing them as well.
Oh my
at all
goodness.
the races, they're so great.
Metal with his front right completely gone and his fuel gone, bringing home Team Dodge Charger. Well
But not
done.
last. But not
Yep.
last. And you know what?
And-
Honestly, the few times we had him on camera towards the end of the race, it looked really good. I think he figured it out.
Yep, you're getting a feel for it. He got that car out of the way, so to speak, and you could see no fuel there either. So fuel, y'all, pay attention to the fuel.
Wasn't
We
that
can
your
take
key to the
anything.
race?
That was no.
No, that was Sal's then. No,
Sal's,
Sal's
yeah.
was
No,
tires.
Sal's was managed tires. We just assumed people would pay attention to fuel.
We did.
We didn't think it was important enough. But congratulations for race 1, PHG Ecstasy. GG's.
GG's, buddy.
Sal, remember to save the replay. Well done. Tati, will you take us through our results?
I can do that. It is almost a PHG sweep. Well, it is. Yeah. PHG Ecstasy in first, followed by PHG Shaggy Doo in second place, PHG VKG Racing in third, and PHG Nasty in fourth. You got Metal in fifth, and Million Vertices in sixth. So that is our finishing order for that first stint.
Very
Good time.
nice. And Ecstasy with the fastest lap. I see here in chat, VKG saying he meant to be on the mediums. So he was just trying to
wondering.
he was just trying to make the best of the soft. So we hear you. You got 2 more races coming up, but that was fun stuff. I like the Joker lap. It changed things up, but I think really the tire car combo is really what makes this race challenging, right?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, they're harder to drive this with, which makes it very interesting. I hope we see some more wheel-to-wheel kind of door banging action because that will be very difficult with this combo.
Indeed. So we need to pick a driver of this race. I'll let you start because I don't know that there's a wrong answer.
I don't think so either. I'm going to give it to VKG for having on the wrong tires and somehow making them last and able to finish in third place. Basically, I think where you started.
Yeah, indeed. I'm gonna give it to our race winner. I think Ecstasy nailed it. He lost the lead a few times due to strategy and other circumstances. Taking the Joker lap, he lost to Shaggy. Pitting, he lost, and we got a new race leader. So I think Ecstasy is a great one as well. And then I don't think we can forget Shaggy Doo there. So we're just gonna go all 3 on the podium. Vote is up in the chat. Vote for your favorite driver of the race. We're going to take a quick break, and then we got another race for you. If you want to join in, please click the link pinned in the chat to see how to do so, and we'll see you in just a little bit.
See you guys in a moment.
Cutting through the air, every nerve alive. The world's a blur of motion. steer. Gravity is pulling, but I'm already there. Slipstream in the shadow, breaking through the pack. The hidden road is waiting, no way to turn back. Left, right, heartbeat, ignite. Left, right, heartbeat, ignite. Left, right, heartbeat, ignite. Left, right, heartbeat, ignite. Adrenaline, adrenaline, voices in the engine sing. One chance, one line, cross the edge of time.
Gotta burn it up in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. The Joker series were lost but never found. Burn it down, yeah. Burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Stealing sparks, we're dancing with the flame. Every corner's deadly, but we play the game. Joker's rules, no mercy, no disguise. See the hunger for the win in every driver's eyes. Wreckage in the rear view, ghosts on my tail. Push the throttle harder, I was born to fail. No brakes, no mistakes, just a rebel's heart. Joker series rips the world apart. Truth is I'm wired, adrenaline's my vice. Risk it all, roll the dice, pay the price. Fuel in my veins, fire in my chest. Joker's got me hooked, no time for rest. Gotta burn it up in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. In the Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Crash and burn, spin out, lose control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul. Blood on the track, sweat in my eyes. Keep on racing till the day that I die. Faster, harder, break the line. Steal the crown, it's do or die time. Joker's chaos is the only way. Live for the race, no tomorrow to die. Gotta burn it up in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. In the Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt.
And we're back. Thanks, y'all, for sticking with us. I'm T-Case. This is Tati. How was your break, Tati?
Not bad, blurry as you can see, but
Just a bit blurry, but cameras are what they are.
yes, they are.
We need one more vote for driver of the race. We currently have Ecstasy, Shaggy, and VKG in the votes. 8 votes submitted. We need one more before we can close.
Am I allowed
Anybody
to vote?
out there?
I'm not gonna lie, I've
Yeah,
been voting, but I'm allowed to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't vote on this one. I'll be the vote.
All right.
Wait, there's
Now
still
you guys
time.
know. Now
Now
you guys know
now-
it was all Tati. Oh no.
We went
No,
up
well,
2 votes.
I didn't vote. Damn. There we go.
Ah, nice job.
Aha.
Wait a
Satisfied.
second.
So congratulations. Yes, S to C with the driver of the race. Before we get into things, we need to thank our sponsors. Tati, do you mind doing that for us?
Makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 40 sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedal in a way no other racing shoe can, and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 40racewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet.
Thank you very much. And let's take a look. If you missed our first race, this is our race settings. We are at the Grand Valley Highway 1 in the proper layout with the addition of one Joker lap. That Joker takes place at T1 at the hairpin, going deep onto that road that continues on and then back across onto the little service road. Tire wear is at 3X. They will be doing 14 laps. Racing mediums are required. Fuel burn is at 3X. Refuel rate is at 2 liters a second. Damage is set to light. They will be in the safety cars, the Mercedes AMG, the BMW M4, the Dodge Charger, and the Nissan GTR. On the racing mediums required, but the other racing tires are available. We saw a slightly different strap, but then we found out it wasn't planned with VKG, starting on the softs and then going to the mediums. And we did see Nasty being in the mediums and then going to the softs, but the majority of the drivers did medium. What data did you collect from that first race as far as tires go?
That I don't think it really matters much, and I think part of it is just the length of the race. It's there's just one pit stop really, and that pit window is going to be pretty similar for everyone who's on the same tires because the tire wear is a great equalizer. That might change if we get some more diverse races, though, right? The tire wear is different depending on the car, and most of those drivers were in the AMG, so it looked pretty similar. Maybe it matters if we have a diverse lobby.
Yeah, and I had the advantage of seeing that, and I can tell you, we have 2 M4s, an AMG, another M4, a Charger, an AMG, and a Charger. So actually a really good mix. The M4 is the dominant car on this one, but not by much. So I think we might get that. Yep.
Yeah.
Just missing the GTR.
Tell somebody to swap. We haven't started qualifying yet. Force them. Tell them you have to take the GTR.
The GTR is great to drive. It was so fun. Once I got the understeer under control, it was really good, but it just ate through those tires, man. It just ate through them.
Yeah.
It was really bad.
Papa just chatted me. He said, "Hey, Dirty Tati, stay away from the dirty dew. Trust me, man." And I'm like, "Is that dark liquor? Because I love dark liquor."
The dirty no. Oh, I know exactly what he's talking about. So he posted today. Qualifying's about to get underway. He posted today. He tried. So I just found out about it yesterday Tuesday in my stream. There's a new thing called Dirty Mountain Dew, and it is cream soda mixed with Mountain Dew. And at first I was repulsed, but then I thought about that I like orange creamsicles and orange cream soda. I like strawberry cream. Maybe Mountain Dew lemon lime cream wouldn't be so bad. But Papa posted a short on it, and he didn't like it.
It feels like it would give like maybe a little bit of lemon meringue, but Mountain Dew is just not lemony enough. I haven't had it in a while. I used to be a lover of it, but yeah, maybe Sprite or a mellow yellow, right?
Yeah.
A little less of that Sprite tang with the lemon, and now it's a lemon meringue pie.
There you go. I don't like lemon meringue pie, so I don't know what I was thinking. I do like, however, this Ghostbuster mobile. Vetterdan hopping in the AMG. One of our newcomers, Nasty, switching over to the BMW. BMW was honestly my least favorite to drive. Well, as you see, whew, million vertices in the number 9 Dodge Charger. Feeling how heavy that thing really is.
You're doing too much. You gotta drive it like that Crown Vic. You let him come to you. You know what I mean? It's there. The torque is there.
You got to be thinking pretty far ahead. Where are all the bumps and turns, hard turns, so I can load up the energy just right, and make it through minimal bounces. So Shaggy in the M4 as well, on the same trajectory. I'm really curious what these drivers are going to end with. Maybe it is the GTR.
Maybe, since you liked it the best too. You mentioned understeer, so tire wear in the front, I'm guessing, is a little
It's not great, but you can, while all these cars, you know, wag their tail, you get on the throttle on that GTR, once you have it rotated, you don't have to worry. You can get on the throttle so quick. But yeah, that front tire wear is not good.
Got it. Nice. Well, the GTR is as long in the tooth as it is. It always seems to maintain its status as a pretty decent car in this game. It ebbs and flows, right? Especially the race car versions, but the street car versions tend to always hold up. It's good to drive.
Indeed. Indeed.
I'm trying to see here, but I always find it hard to read the setting sheets on these lobbies in this game. But tuning is not allowed, correct?
Correct. No tuning here. Bop is on. So these are stock cars, just on the racing tires.
Just on the racing tires. Okay, got it. No tuning allowed, which honestly helps so much, right?
Right. Yeah. If you could adjust those suspension a little bit.
Oh gosh, yeah. Stiffer springs at the least, and then the dampers to control them. Because I don't think it's a bumpy track, you know, or I don't get that sense that it's a lot of movement, but I think I don't think you need to have a super compliant suspension, right? So more about controlling that body roll and the dive and stuff like that than it is of, you know, needing to keep a soft ride to keep the tires planted.
Yeah, the only road that our tax dollars have ever gone to is this one here. It is super smooth. It's just the elevation changes. Some of the turns are off camber. Some of them you go in where it's pitched good for you, and then all of a sudden you're exiting and the balance is all off. Shaggy Dude putting down the pole lap. BKG coming across the line.
Little penny pen.
There we go. Fernando B. Seeing that the order has been changed up since I gave Sal the order. So a lot happened on that lap. A lot of people backing out knowing that they're going to get another lap. As you see, Million holding on. Brakes are glowing, and very impressive to keep that pointed in the right direction.
Very Dodge coded. SDT jumped up to fourth while you were talking about that. It was still changing as you were talking.
Got a very good...
I will. Oh, somebody is off. I'm going to let you take care of that, and I will take on this task for now. Whoever that is behind SDT with a half-second penalty there, I think the Chargers are struggling to control this thing. There it is. Oh, 2 seconds for Million Vertices in that Charger, and front-end damage. You can see the car wiggling around there. Oh, here's a replay. Yep, dove on the brakes, not quite soon enough. Oh, yeah, couldn't get it slowed down, couldn't get it turned, and just basically just went straight there.
Yeah, you see just not being able to maximize the grip of the vehicle and really hurting his chances. Looks like it's going to be another race starting from the back for millions. But hey, as long as he's having fun, I mean, I'm not going to complain.
Nope, same. That's all
Get
that
out
matters.
there. Enjoy yourself.
Having a good time. See Fernando coming across the line. And that big old giant police car third so far. Was that the Charger?
That was the Charger of Fernando B.
Okay, I know, we
BKG.
see it.
Ooh, up into P5. You can see some of these drivers struggling with this transition from the AMG to the BMW. Better than P7 with a pen.
Wow.
That
We
is
have a
all the
big
drive.
million
Oh no,
vertices.
million vertices with no tire left, trying to make it through the tunnel. Very nicely done to keep it pointed. I mean, shout out to them for not using traction control. Struggling with this car. I mean, it's not easy, and this would be a car that I would consider turning on that TC, even though I don't typically use it. So.
Hey, how crazy is it that it can spin up the racing softs?
Yeah, it is nuts. I mean, in fifth gear you can spin the tire. It's just that's too much power, y'all. That you didn't need to do that. You put that in an 18-wheeler or something. So here we have our qualifying results with a new pole sitter of Shaggy Doo with a 156.057. Interestingly enough, now Metal in the Mercedes AMG, who started P5 last race, up to P2 with a 156.144, less than a tenth between Shaggy and Metal. Very nice qualifying and improvement. Then we have PHG Ecstasy in the M4 safety car with a 156.558. BHR's Fernando B in the Charger SRT Hellcat. Well done to get you into the top 5. P4 there with a 157.5. VKG not doing quite as well as he did in the previous qualifying in the M4 with a 158.638. Then we have Nasty also in the M4 with a 159.509. Then PHG's Veterdan in the Mercedes AMG with a 206.301. Tough times for him, as well as Million Vertices in the Charger with a 210.435. Wow. So, Tati, what do you think about Metal's big jump there in qualifying?
Huge jump. I think maybe you were onto something. That maybe Metal was just racing his worst car first, and it's gonna be a superstar for the rest of this race, for the rest of this night. We'll see. But yeah, that's a huge jump. But remember, I said by the end of that race, it looked like he'd really hooked it up and figured it out, even with the tire wear. You know, tight turns, hitting the apex. Unfortunately, we just didn't get much camera time for him.
Yeah, indeed. I think he was using that to test out what are these top runners doing strategy wise? What are they trying to run? What's the way to go? And playing it pretty smart.
Yeah. Yep.
We got a few new drivers in this one, so it should be a fuller split and a bigger variety of cars. I'm surprised the Shaggy and Ecstasy were able to do so well with those M4s. Shaggy specifically. Do you think the controller playing has anything to do with that one? I did find it difficult to control in the rear end.
You know what? My experience with M4 is actually pretty easy to drive, but you know, I don't think I've ever driven it on the racing softs, not the street car version. So maybe way different. Because I think the stickiest tire I put on that is the Comfort Soft. So I'm not really sure. But it's Shaggy Doo. So are we surprised? I think I've said that a couple times tonight. So Shaggy did this thing. Are we surprised?
Are we surprised? No, we are not. And it looks like we're going to get a late entry starting in the back. This will delay our start ever so slightly, but our very own Kay Naranjo, a.k.a. Oak, fellow commentator, producer, and steward, coming in here.
Also very
joining
fast
us.
Racer. So
very fast racer. This is going to put Shaggy Doo and SSC on notice, I think. He will be starting from the back, and he didn't have the advantage of running that first race. So will be interesting to see. But I have full confidence. He's been coming into my Tuesday lobbies lately, which has been fun, challenging the normal winners.
Nice. You know what? I think he left the room. Maybe he'll come back.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe,
see. He said 1 sec, so I mean it's already been a second, but I don't want to be that guy.
Don't wanna be that guy. I recently requested to work from home 1 day a week, and I was denied, unfortunately. But the day I chose was gonna be Tuesdays because I can jump into TK's lobbies for once because I'll already be home. I'm gonna just clock out and like move 3 feet that way.
Yep.
And I'm racing, but I don't know.
Unfortunate.
We'll get it together one day, take a day off or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it looks like we had a gifted from Misa and Mista. That's from the VKG family. Thank you so much for the one gifted. I know Sal really appreciates that and appreciates y'all's support. Very nice to see. And it looks like Oak and, oh no, the proprietor of Moose Mafia Racing, Moose himself, has joined the lobby.
You know what this feels like? Like, I don't know if wrestling is still like this, but when I was a kid, you know, in the heyday of wrestling, from like the late 80s onto the early 2000s, one of the best things would be during events when somebody is getting the brakes beat off of them, and then just a random person right. That's
just
what
comes
this feels
out
like, right? Like Moose and Oak were watching, and they're in the chat, and they're like, "I think not." Load them up.
Rip the shirt off.
Right. They turn on their PlayStations. They sound like Harrier jets starting up. It's a big deal.
There's cannons going off. There's smoke everywhere.
It's the original PlayStation sound for whatever reason. But it's like epic. It's very symphonic.
Oh man. Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
I miss those days.
You painted the picture. You painted the picture.
Right? Dude, especially when they were like not just like sprinting out there, right? Like the really cocky ones who would like stop at the entrance all backlit. Like they're waiting on the pyrotechnics. Like, dude, no one knew you were coming. You're not announced. But you are The Rock, so we're gonna let you pose.
It's fine.
Yes.
I really liked Jumanji later on in your career. So
I only saw the first one that he did once, and I remember liking it, but I didn't watch it again. And I
watched them both on the airplane, and they were perfect. They were perfect for what they were.
Good.
They
I
served their
purpose.
They served their purpose, and they served it well.
I was never OG with Robin Williams.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the best.
Of course.
But it's a cool premise, and then of course everybody's hilarious. Got a great cast.
Yeah.
But I've always liked The Rock's theatrical efforts.
I mean, honestly, when you look at it, like, yeah, and especially when he was younger, he was so animated, and he's still very animated. He's kept a lot of that. He's like a big burly Jim Carrey almost, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe a little too big for like full physical comedy, but the face, the mannerisms, I mean, just always in character. Always.
It's there. For sure. Him and John Cena really did a good job because John Cena is just funny. He did that one action movie that was terrible, and since that action movie, everything he's done is a comedy, and he's been fantastic in all of it. And then he partners with, I can't think of her name. She plays a character on The Good Place, but they do Wipeout, or they did Wipeout together.
Oh, got it. I never even saw that.
And it's hilarious.
I'll have to catch some stuff on YouTube. We'll see.
It's so good.
We can't be surprised though. I mean, if you can look at, wrestling, professional wrestling for entertainment, it is really good entertainment. We're talking about phenomenal athletes, right? Who are also just over the top, and that
phenomenal athletes who want to be actors, and it's amazing.
It is amazing.
Everybody's inner theater child comes out, and they just happen to be jacked and have a plan.
That's the best way to put it. They're just jacked theater people.
Yep, and it looks like we're getting ready to go. Race number 2 here. We got Shaggy Doo on pole, Metal in 3rd, and Ecstasy P3. Oh, a little bit of a twitch from Metal. That's going to affect him off the line. He's going to lose out potentially to Fernando B as well as VKG. And there we go, much more bunched up and tight in the background. That looks like 4 wide, and chaos is ensuing. No, it's not. Everybody keeps it on the track. A little argy-bargy further back, but man, Shaggy Doo able to hold on to P1, and now it is line astern, as our friend Claude would say, going further back. But Ecstasy now running wide, and you can see getting in the dirt. Can he keep it on? There we go. K Naranjo up into P2 out of nowhere, but no, Better Dan! Oh my goodness, we have penalties, we have collisions, and we also have Shaggy Doo running away from it. Your thoughts there, Tati?
Man, as I watched, I was looking at those headlights. I was like, who is that coming up, charging up like that? It was K Naranjo. Then I saw him get sideswiped. I thought he was done for, but he's already in second place. We're not even halfway through the first lap. This man started in second to last.
Look at this. We're on board with P4, and you can see just losing control, but keeping it together. He gets it slowed down, but Vetterdan actually, you know, was alongside him, just not being able to slow it down. It looked like, honestly, everybody but Shaggy was out of control on that turn. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, we said it would be difficult to control these cars bumper to bumper or door to door. That was amazing car control there from Naranjo. Just he saw a little twitch, but then he immediately straightened it out and got it together. That is why he's in second place now. What a driver.
What a driver. We have penalties everywhere. P2, P3, 4. Oh my goodness. Everybody's working their way through. Moose doing a nice job indeed. And he's going to try to go around the outside here as we ride on board with Moose. He's getting the move done up to P4. Metal there behind, going around Ecstasy as well. Ecstasy not having the greatest of times in that M4. Seems like Shaggy's figured it out. And Moose, we can see, goes with the Joker, gets it slowed down, rotated, and back on track. Very nicely done. It did look like that as Million also goes through. Very nice. Yeah, that was for sure an e-brake turn. I'm sure you've never done that before.
Not in this game. Nando has a 4.5 second penalty. I think it's the one I just saw.
Yes, he has quite a bit, and Oak somehow drifted his way through. This is Tokyo Drift in California in German cars, and he's getting chased down by a Shaggy Doo in the M4. Unfortunately, we'll lose the position due to the penalty, but that overtake was insane.
That was insane, and all this drifting is, probably not on purpose, because we know minding the tires does matter. However, you do have to be able to slide road cars a little bit. They tend to be understeering. You can't be afraid to slide them, but that is not going to match the assignment that we have, which is you got to save these tires.
Oh my goodness, this is incredible to see Shaggy just be patient there, knowing that Oak does have the penalty, clearly doesn't quite have the control that he has, even though technically a slower car, the BMW, than the AMG, but Shaggy Doo making it work. As you can see, the battle for P3 between Vetterdan and Ecstasy is on. Ecstasy having not the best start to the race, falling back, but Vetterdan, I believe, had a total of 2 seconds in penalties, allowing Ecstasy back into play. And we're seeing the opposite. P1 now back to Oak, using that power. Shaggy must have had a less than stellar exit, but man, Oak drifting it through P1 down the hill. This will be a difference in throttle application as well as braking. The M4 can go through this part a little bit quicker than the AMG. Oak being able to keep it within track limits, keeping it off the dirt as they come down to the tight hairpin. Can you get it slowed down? Drifting around, it's like this. All this car wants to do is drift, and Shaggy able to hold on tight to his bumper. Further back in P6, P8, actually P8, we have a big crash from Ecstasy coming down the hill. He lost several positions there. I don't know if we can get a replay Let's see this. Coming down, he just runs wide into the barrier, into the dirt, losing control, and you can see the other cars coming down. Luckily, remembering ghosting is turned off and not getting back on track. But then Million, following the same line, runs into the back of him. Unfortunate for SSC.
Yeah, causes some rear end damage, but that should disappear soon. Ooh,
Oh, and Fernando!
Doing what we saw Metal do in the same car, I think. No, that was someone else. Who was that?
No, Metal was in that car.
Yes, but who did that?
Oh. Great question. I don't know. But a battle up front, as well as you see there, Hey Naranjo and Shaggy do. It is all over the place. Shaggy's picked up a half-second penalty. I don't know how Oak has not picked up a half-second penalty as well, because he's been wagging that tail every which way, and I could have sworn I saw some sparks flying. But I don't know if you've experienced this, Tati. There's a little bit of netcode and lag in the game there where the driver themselves isn't hitting the wall, but it looks like, as us, the viewer, that they are hitting the wall.
Yeah, I have experienced it. I don't know if it's a problem on this track, because I don't do this track enough, but I'm guessing it could be a problem anywhere. I know it was pretty prevalent in High Speed Ring, where you would think the person was wall riding and they weren't, and that was just some weird netcode thing. Looks like Caden Naranjo just took their Joker and might be off track a little bit there. That might be a penalty. You know, I said it probably wasn't on purpose, but I think Oak actually has been drifting this thing on purpose. It's kind of a flex, honestly, because, dude, tires.
And you can see just pushing it. You can't get it slowed down. He's in the dirt, but he's not on the throttle. I think that's how we got away with no penalty there. Clearly losing speed. And quite the gap to Shaggy. But again, Shaggy will have to do his Joker lap.
Oh, right. Yeah, Shaggy hasn't done that Joker lap yet. I wonder what his tires look like, because he was controlling his car a lot better than Oak was. Oh, half a second there. Front left doesn't look so great, but the rest of them do look better than Oak's tires. I was actually looking forward to see if that would come into play for them, but they've separated for now.
Indeed, and the battle for P3 is spiced up. Look at this, going side by side down the bridge. Vetterdan getting a better exit than Nasty. He was all over the back bumper, getting it done, but he did. Oh, we saw that in qualifying. He cuts the inside, trying to make the shortest distance, pushes him out to the wall, loses it. We saw that in qualifying, Tati, right?
Yep, we sure did. Same thing, basically try to apex that too soon. It does open up wide, you know, if you get it right, then you really can open up the wheel and the throttle, but yeah, just dove into apex way too soon there, and paid the cost. That wall comes up quick.
Real quick, and it is not forgiving, nor are the penalties, so Nasty Vetterdan still duking it out. K Naranjo up there in P1, as Shaggy went ahead and altered his strat. To take a Joker. Last race, he didn't do the Joker until his second stint. Yeah. So changing things up here in the M4, keeping Oak there on his toes. Moose doing a great job in this Charger, but look at those tires, Tati.
Yeah, those are down bad. By the way, I think Shaggy Dude just picked up a 1.5 or something like that just as we cut away. Metal with that cool, half second for Shaggy. Yep. Anyway, I like that livery for Metal, but yeah, the tires don't look great on, oh gosh, what are we looking at? Whose tires were those? That one.
Moose.
Oh, Moose. It was Moose. Okay, got it. Well, Moose is in the Charger. Moose is doing what he can. He's in the literal yacht. Okay, a Dodge Seafarer, if you will. He's doing what he can.
Doing what he can indeed, and Vetterdan doing what he can as far as penalties go. Got 3 seconds, and I can tell you it's not a pit lane penalty. That's 2 wall taps right there for Vetterdan. He was battling with Nasty, and now looking to lose a spot to SSC, who definitely would like to forget this race as far as it's going so far, but we're only on lap 5 of 14. We got pit stops coming. I imagine Moose is going to be our first driver in.
Probably. He'll have to be. really. And SC, yeah, not having a great race, but we're not even halfway through, and they just went purple in that last sector, so they're putting it together. And the way this race is going for a lot of people, I think if they just keep it off the wall and stay out of the penalties, they will probably pick up positions for free.
Indeed, as we see Moose predictably going into the pits. And you know what? That's something that SSC learned in that first race. He was able to leapfrog Shaggy in the pits because of fuel. So perhaps he's taking a more conservative race here and thinking that, well, it didn't start out great. Now let's manage my pace and maybe I can leapfrog 3 or 4 drivers in the pits. That'd be fun to see.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to see that. Is there any time progression? I feel like there is. I could probably pull that up. I've got the rule sheet here. The reason I ask is because I'm wondering if the track gets colder and colder. I feel like the last race did get darker.
Yeah, it stays the same for the most part of the nighttime. There's a little adjustment, but as far as light and dark go, but I think as far as track temp goes, it's about the same, but it is set to 1x. So
Okay, got it.
Oh no, and we lost Shaggy Doo. Oh no.
Shaggy.
We had a disconnect. We hate to see it, but it happens. It happens more often than not, much like a crash in a race or an engine failure.
Yep, your favorite can be out in a moment. Racing giveth and it taketh away.
Indeed. So
Much
Moose,
luck. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say Moose with his strategy is back in last place, so third to last, a minute off of Oak. It's going to be hard for him to try to get back in those podium positions, but I mean, Oak does have a good 12-second gap on Metal and Nasty, who are our current battle on track. I do like the BMW. Whose flashing lights do you like the most, Tax?
Honestly, the Dodge aren't bad, but as I look at the BMWs, it's just chaotic, and I kind of like that. Yeah, it's hectic.
Yeah. The AMG boring.
Yeah, very
yellow.
standard yellow, very
Like,
Toto Wolff.
You got
right?
like a teal, a green, a red, yellow. You got it all on the BMW. So we got some more pit runners: VKG, Fernando, and Million. Go ahead, Tati.
No, I was just agreeing with you. I think it is all the colors, also the flashing pattern of the lights. It's great. I think the BMW feels like it's a safety car that doesn't get used very much, and this is kind of its vengeance, right? Like,
That's what I was talking about coming out of that tunnel. It's wild in that car.
And you're like, by that speed, you're like you said, you're like a 4th, 5th gear.
Yeah, that was a 5th gear power oversteer on a semi-straight.
Listen, Moose is doing the best he can. You asked about like his strategy. I think he's got the worst car in the field right now, and he's not last. He's in 7th place.
Yep.
And he's already pitted. Everyone else still has to pit around him, so he may pick up some positions. I do wonder how those tires will last him since he tried to undercut everybody.
Indeed, that was an incredible move by Vetterdan up the inside on SC, making it look easy. But that is the AMG on the BMW. So bit of a power advantage and a grip advantage. I think that big booty serves the AMG well to get a grip to those rear tires, because that M4 was so squirrely. As we see Oak coming into the pits with 28%, SSC scratching the wall there.
Yeah, I think it's a wider rear tire altogether also in that AMG. Big booty, more rubber. It adds up. Ooh, new leader. Metal! Who? I haven't really... Ooh, well, Metal.
He's taking that Joker.
Is it? Okay, yep, he is. There we are. Okay.
Over the cone.
There's a lot of debris out there.
It gets rowdy. So that puts Metal in first, Nasty in P2, and Vetterdan in P3. Several pitters, Vetterdan and Nasty still yet to pit. Same with Metal, so I imagine they will end up giving their positions back as Oak and K Naranjo are filling up their cars to get out of the pits.
Yeah, let's see where they come out, because Okay, Naranjo obviously was running up top. Oh, we lost. Unfortunately, we did lose Shaggy, who was his closest competitor. I want to see where he would come out, but right now it doesn't like there's anybody challenging Naranjo. He's got his fresh tires on. He's in clean air for now, and he had a good gap to the cars behind.
That's because he waited for his theme music. He waited for the whole runway to fill up with smoke, and then as soon as those sparklers went off, he ripped his shirt off and came out. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. Ate it up.
Vetterdan, just moving up again. Nasty Vetterdan, Nasty, SSC and Nasty when they're in the same race, it kills me.
It's hard.
That's who's racing. That's how I feel. But anyways, Vetterdan doing a great job. Let's see if he can pull a gap now from Nasty further behind and see where they come out. We are over that halfway mark, so we see Metal in the pits, 16% fuel. Vetterdan looks to have better fuel than Metal, goes in the pits. Nasty stays out. But look at the fuel difference between Vetterdan and Metal.
Huge. Very, very big. Metal's in the AMG. Vetterdan was in the BMW. He's in the AMG too?
Yeah, he's in the AMG as well, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, staying out of those higher RPMs, I guess. Which, I mean, yeah, there's no real reason to use second gear in this car except maybe to brake, right? In this track.
Yeah, rotation.
Yeah, get some rotation. I think even in the slower corners, you can kind of pull out of it in third if you want to. Or there are a lot of spots where you can kind of skip 2 gears, right? You can get out of the corner in second maybe, but jump up to fourth. Oof, that was sketchy.
He's drifting. Vetterdan now in the pits. He was the only driver on the softs. He will come out on the mediums. And in a battle with SSC back up into P4. I've lost track of who all has run Joker laps, but it looks like everyone but Nasty has come into the pits.
Looks like that looked like a fierce battle starting right there.
Oh yeah. The mid-pack battle is on like Donkey Kong. And you can see Joker lap here by Fernando. Oh, it's so tough. Oh, and he spin. Oh, he catches it. Well played.
It went wrong. Everybody trying to use that throttle to kick it around there is probably the best way to do it, huh?
You gotta go back to parking lot days with McDonald's trays.
Yeah.
Front wheel drive cars.
I think the way we saw Moose do it was e-brake. It looks like e-brake.
A little slight e-brake. Vetterdan goes up the inside. SSC trying for his cutback, but unable to do so. Vetterdan putting his car in just the right place. The BMW and AMG are more equally matched than I thought they were going to be. It seems like their pros and cons equalize each other.
Ooh.
And where Vetterdan just loses it into the wall is going to allow SSC to catch back up, but no. And this was the only exit, but no, he goes up to third gear as well. I thought they might exit that one in fourth gear. What did you see here, Tachi?
Well, just a huge oversteer into that turn there. I think maybe just hadn't slowed it down enough and tried to chuck it. But, if you're going too fast, you're going too fast. And so that car kind of flat slid to the other side there. Nasty just came out of the pits on softs is what I'm hearing the rumor mill say, with a penalty, a half-second penalty there. I was going to say something about, you said the cars are pretty evenly matched. They are. The BMW is better in the twisties, it looks like. But they're just enough straights, and of course the AMG's torquey, it just comes out ahead of them every single time. And the BMWs don't get to, they can't get close enough to make a move in the good passing points. They're getting close in these S's and stuff like that, but they're not getting those opportunities to dive into the brakes. That was
indeed. As you saw the dive into the brakes there between Vetterdan and VKG, but it's like everyone has a penalty here. The drivers are pushing. You can tell that last race was a feeler, because I feel like everybody is pushing so much harder this one. We're seeing more penalties. We're seeing more mistakes as these drivers continue to find the limits of this track. But even up front in P1, Oak has a half-second penalty. Nasty with a half-second penalty as he drifts it around. VKG with a half-second penalty. Better Dan luckily doesn't have one, but just behind him, SSC with a full second penalty. So it's penalties all around, and Moose back in P6 is just trying to keep it together with those tires.
Wow, nobody's taking our advice.
Oh, he was worried about that tire life and came out on the hards. Kind of surprising considering how late he did it. No, he was our first
He pit
pitter,
early,
wasn't he?
yeah.
That makes more sense. Okay. Erase that,
makes way more
reverse
sense
it.
to come out on the hards, because those mediums were not going to do another longer stint for him.
So the battle for second step is where it's at. You got Nasty and Vetterdan, who, I mean, really moved their way up the ladder there. But I mean, none other than Oak, who went from hashtag last to first, not even setting a qualifying. So going to be interesting to see what these drivers pick for the final race. Did Oak make a mistake being in the AMG on his first race? Only time will tell.
We'll see, yeah. From pretty much last place, I think maybe he was just in front of Moose, because I think Moose came in last, but to second before we were like halfway through the lap. It was crazy. We were like right here, and he was already second place.
Yeah, that was it was before the hairpin, and then he got clobbered not clobbered. They both were late on the brakes. A racing incident between him and Vetterdan. But impressive to see both those drivers move up the field the way that they've done.
Yeah, amazing job by both of them. I couldn't do any better, to be honest with you.
And if there weren't enough lights on.
Yeah, I know, right? Fernando qualified in fourth. It's not been a great race.
No, it hasn't. And I'm surprised that anybody's using this car. And watch me eat my words when all the fast drivers pick the Charger for the last race.
Can you imagine?
I can't, but I think it might be hilarious.
You know what? Honestly, for the jokes, I'm into it.
I always look at any bad thing and think, if I saw Will Ferrell do this in a movie, would I laugh? And most of the time, the answer's yes. So...
So laissez-les boutons rouler, right? Let it go. Let it ride.
Let it go. Enjoy and laugh at yourself. Oh, look at Moose pushing that thing. The Hellcat is out of hell and chasing down VKG. VKG's got his beautiful Christmas lights going on top of his BMW, but the speed difference is so obvious. But look how quickly he's on the brakes. Oh, it's so difficult to control and keep it pointed. And now he's dealing with a lack of grip, and that allows VKG to pull away here. But again, now that they're on the throttle, but going through these S's, he's got to back out so early. Where's VKG gonna be? VKG is on the racing softs and has more tire left than Moose on the racing hards. And Moose picking up a half-second penalty. He's gonna be hard-pressed to get by him, don't you think?
Oh yeah, because he just can't get close enough, or he can, but then he has to brake so much earlier. And even with that, you see how well it's going for him. Barely kept it on the track there and picked up a penalty for it. But if he can stick with him, obviously he can get him in that straight. And then that is a really big car to try to drive around in the tight, twisty sections of this track.
Oh yeah, there's no way to do it without contact, I don't think. or the driver in front making a mistake.
Yeah, I think you'd lose the hip check battle with the Charger.
Oh, for sure. So several tight battles on track. You have the battle for P3 and P2 right here with Nasty and Vetterdan. And then, of course, further back, Moose trying to hunt down VKG. With the battle for P2, Vetterdan, I think he's got a chance here on the racing softs. With Nasty is also on the softs, but Nasty's their tires are medium to each other. One has better rear grip and the other has better front.
I think the AMG is the stronger car, as you've said. I think he can keep it together. I think the M4's strengths just aren't strong enough around here, unfortunately. Look at that. He's about to drive around him like it's nothing. He's 2 now.
Yeah. He's got to hope that Vetterdan with that front tire wear goes a bit deep here in the turn and he can get back ahead. It's can you stay ahead at the start finish line on the final lap? That's really the question. Are you going to have enough overspeed on the exit to get across the line before the other driver? And it's looking like Vetterdan's just putting it down. He's getting it slowed down and rotated over the cones, unsettling the car a bit, but well done. And it looks like he's going to be okay. We'll see once he gets to that final sector coming out of the chicane. That'll show whether or not Nasty is going to be able to come back to him.
Yeah, I don't, that overspeed thing out of that last corner, I don't think the M4 can do it. You said it has trouble putting the power down, more trouble than the AMG does. The AMG has more power and the grip advantage, and the M4 just doesn't have the top speed. You definitely saw how it ran out of steam by the end of the straight there. And it's a turbocharged car versus a supercharged one, which technically should run out of breath before it does.
I think it's the extra cylinders, all the liters, and the 707 horsepower.
Perhaps that has something to do with it, So yeah, the Hell Kitty is not a fair comparison, but I mean we've seen the same with the AMG. It just kind of runs the M4 down everywhere.
Yeah, and I believe that AMG is a bi-turbo, and Metal, who's trying to catch Moose with terrible tires there. Metal's gonna get a great run. Can he get ahead going into T1? Moose's tires, he gotta last him another lap. He's in the biggest car, but I don't know. I might check the booty of the AMG to the booty of the Charger. It might be a bit more powerful there. Metal up the inside. Well played, Moose. Gonna have to hold on for dear life as we begin this final lap.
Well, yeah, I mean, passing the Hellcat is easy. Once you're caught up, you just wait for the braking zone, right? And just break a beat. Oh, well, Metal straight. We've seen so many people caught out right there. If you can't get it woed up, it's really, really bad. Let's watch this.
I think he dips a toe. No, he doesn't. He's just late. He's just late, and oh, so lucky to miss BKG.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Well done.
And that allows Moose back by, even though with a penalty. Kay Naranjo about to lap Million. Putting on a clinic here. He's got fuel. He's got tires. Vetterdan, half-second penalty, but a good gap to Nasty in the booty sweatmobile. But Nasty getting hunted down by Ecstasy. Ecstasy looking to maybe make a move here in the final turns. Yeah. Nasty on the softs, and they are much more worn than the mediums. A bit of contact between the two teammates, and Ecstasy backs out of it, allowing Nasty to go. 2 M4s. Bad exit for Ecstasy. This will be on for Nasty as Kay Naranjo across the line. That'll be it for Millions as well. Vetterdan gonna come away with a solid P2, and Nasty with a 0.6 second lead of Ecstasy. They did it on purpose. They made me say Nasty and Ecstasy and Ecstasy and Nasty like a bunch of jerks as they go across the line. Very nicely done. BKG and P5, and well placed there. And then Metal with a 1.5, unfortunate for him, but going to finish ahead of Moose, who did a good job with that Charger, I'd say, Tati.
Hey, did what he could, coming in as a fast veteran driver, we couldn't expect any less, but it is an awful, awful car, as you can see, at least compared to these other guys.
Yeah, yes. It is, I have said it, and no offense to anyone who likes the Charger or has one, it is my least favorite car of all time. The modern day Dodge. I disdain it more than the Pontiac Aztek.
The Nissan Juke too.
Well, I won't say I won't take either, but I just hate the modern day Dodge Charger.
Oh man.
I don't have nice things to say about the Juke either, but.
But I mean, it has a hell of a lot of power. So there you go.
Well, the Nismo, you know,
Yeah.
the other ones are just ugly.
And here we have it. And our producer remembers the replay like a boss.
That's right.
Tati, will you take us through our race finish?
I can do that. The Great Disruptor, Kay Naranjo in the Mercedes-AMG GT, takes first place. In second place is PHG's Better Dan, also in the Mercedes. Congratulations to make it up there. PHG's Nasty in third in the M4 safety car. It's an M4 sandwich here. The PHG S to C in fourth, also in the same car. And then VKG Racing in fifth, also in the M4 safety car. In sixth place, you've got Metal with the Mercedes-AMG GT safety car. Moose 21 in seventh with that Hellcat, made it work for him. And then in eighth place, you got BHR's Fernando B, also in that Charger. Oh, that's not who was last. Million Vertices was in last, or was in ninth rather, with the Charger. No surprise there. And Shaggy Doo, unfortunately, DNF'd.
Unfortunate. That was the driver. That was really challenging Oak there at for the whole race until the disconnect happened. So unfortunate to see. Hopefully he can get it back together for the final race, because we do have one more race coming up. But man, that was awesome. I mean, we need to pick a driver of this race. I'm curious as to what your thoughts are, because compared to last, it's a little bit more difficult of a question.
Yeah. Do you remember where Vetter Dan started? Because I don't think it was anywhere near the top.
It was outside the top 5.
Got it. So Vetter Dan up to P2.
Yeah, great choice. I can't disagree with you. I'm gonna leave the obvious one alone, and I'm gonna say Nasty, the other podium driver who had a big improvement from last race.
Yep.
Nasty had some struggles. Switched over to the M4, and honestly was really challenging Better Dan. Better Dan being in the superior car. I mean, props to Nasty. There were mistakes by both drivers, lots of penalties.
Sure.
But really good drive from Nasty.
Yeah, gotta love it. Good drive from everybody. That race had a lot more close racing. Like you said, I think people were pushing a little bit more. It was a little bit more exciting. Let's see if race 3 brings the same. We'll see.
Fingers crossed. Race 3, we got driver of the race poll in the chat. Please vote on that. We're going to take a quick break, and then we will be back for the final race. Remember, y'all, drivers cannot repeat their car. So we're going to see a crazy mix this next race, and I cannot wait to see it. So whip off to the Wiz Palace, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Through the air, every nerve alive. The world's a blur of motion, only speed survives. Pressure in the veins, time is breaking down. Take the line that twists away, no turning back now. Adrenaline, adrenaline, rushing in the bloodstream, can't contain. One chance, one line, overtake, redesign. Adrenaline, adrenaline, voices in the engine sing. One chance, one line, cross the
heartbeat, ignite left, right, heartbeat, ignite left, right, heartbeat, ignite left, right, heartbeat, ignite left. Adrenaline, voices in the engine say, one chance, one line, cross the edge of time. Gotta burn it up, in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. The Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, yeah. Burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Stealing sparks, we're dancing with the flame. Every corner's deadly, but we play the game. Joker's rules, no mercy, no disguise. See the hunger for the win in every driver's eyes. Wreckage in the rear view, ghosts on my tail. Push the throttle harder, I was born to fail. No brakes, no mistakes, just a rebel's heart. Joker series rips the world apart. Truth is I'm wired, adrenaline's my vice. Risk it all, roll the dice, pay the price. Fuel in my veins, fire in my chest. Joker's got me hooked, no time for rest. Gotta burn it up, in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. In the Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Crash and burn, spin out, lose control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul. Blood on the track, sweat in my eyes. Keep on racing till the day that I die. Faster, harder, break the line. Steal the crown, it's do or die time. Joker's chaos is the only way. Live for the race, no tomorrow to die. Gotta burn it up, in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. In the Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down, yeah, till the engine.
And we are back for our third and final race of tonight's Joker series. We've had two excellent races. The last race, very, very nice. Tati, any thoughts and reflections on that last race?
Just drivers getting better, getting bolder. I'm hoping that a lot of drivers who've been here since Lobby 1 stay for Lobby 3 because I want to see more of that.
Indeed, indeed. And it looks like we're going to get that for sure as we close out our driver of the race poll. And look at that. Better Dan, 63% driver of the race for race 2 goes to Better Dan, followed by Oak
and Nasty. Well done to Vetter Dan, having a very solid race. As we know, these drivers have to change up the cars. But before we get into all that, I'm getting ahead of myself. We need to thank our sponsors and tell you the race details. So let's take a big thanks to our sponsors.
Makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel designed for sim racing by sim racers. 40 sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to the pedal in a way that no other racing shoe can, and still provide all the comfort needed for those double and triple stints. Visit 40racewear.com and check out the original racing gloves for your feet. I'm getting better at that.
Feet hands.
Oh, yeah.
And we here are back at Grand Valley Highway 1. This is race 3 for the evening, the final race. And these drivers have 14 laps with one joker lap. That joker taking place at the T1 hairpin, going deep and cutting back in a very cute angle. Tire wear is at 3X. Racing mediums are required, but all racing tires are available. Fuel burn is at 3X and refuel rate is 2 liters per second. Damage is set to light, and the cars are these 4 safety cars. We have the Mercedes AMG, the BMW, the Dodge, and the Nissan. I was thinking we were never going to see the Nissan tonight, but I can already have a sneak peek in the lobby and see that we are going to get some GTR action here. This is going to be a fun one. We've seen the strategies play out. Definitely going to have to be a pit stop due to fuel and tire wear. It's just a matter of, do drivers do a medium, a medium soft, or a medium hard? We've seen it all, and it depends on the car, which goes back to our keys to the races, just understanding these cars. And just for watching, it's been interesting. And big thanks to Fernando. Fernando, you are a very kind person, is what I've gotten to know over the years. Thank you so much for your, I believe it was 4 months of membership, plus your 5 gifted memberships to Sal's channel. Thank you very much. You are too kind, sir. And I'm glad you're having fun. I know Fernando really just enjoys these nights of lobbies with everybody. Really cool to see the community come together and see these drivers go. So looking here at the driver lineup, no new drivers, but we got a good 8 here with Shaggy, Oak, VKG, Vetter Dan, S2C, Fernando, Metal, and Million. Good to see Million out here sticking it out.
Oh, yeah.
It seems like they're having a good time, right?
I mean, that's what I like to see, right? Like, it's open lobby. You don't have to win. Don't quit. Just race. Just enjoy it. Get better and better. I mean, that's the joy in this game. For those of us who've been playing for years, been playing online for years, most of the time we spend together is not like serious racing. It is just milling about, short sprint races, you know, messing around.
Just having fun.
Yep.
Just having fun. I love it. And that's the great thing. And that was something I was super late to in Gran Turismo. It wasn't until the NRL that I really understood that there was more than dailies. I was very late, and then getting, immersed into it. It's been really cool now, to the point where I haven't done a daily in 3 weeks.
Nice.
But I have a working PlayStation, so I know our situations are different.
Fair, yeah. I haven't done dailies consistently in years, actually. I used to do them all the time, especially when I streamed all the time. But yeah, I found more love with just league racing and open lobbies, like that kind of format. I love a good 5-lap sprint race. I just do. It's just a dogfight the whole time. Let's get at it, But I do kind of want to get back to the dailies. That's its own kind of fun as well.
It is, especially when you get the, like, I've met some of my favorite people in the community. I've met only because we were in the dailies together. We would have never met any other way. But we, it's that daily we were both good at, and we we were on 24/7,
Right.
and just
Grinding it
always
out.
wheel-to-wheel battle, and it didn't matter what happened. Like, you were just happy.
Yes, it was
And-
awesome. Yeah, I missed that. You're right.
It's some of the good stuff. And you get that in lobbies too. You find your group in lobbies. Like, I found a really great group of people who are outside of really the league racing community. They don't really participate in the leagues. They just do lobbies with friends, and
Yeah.
it's been really cool. But it's always a great way to get together. And if you're sick of the dailies, either create your own lobby or, you know, look at some, see what's going on out there. You can check out pinned in the chat, papashouseofgame.com. We'll have the Joker Series and the PHG World Series as these drivers are getting on their flying laps. Now, Millions hasn't had the best go at it, but that was a really nice turn one in the M4. He does have Vetterdan applying the pressure. I believe Vetterdan is in that, yes, the Nissan GTR. Understeers like crazy as, Millions carries too much speed, allowing Vetterdan through. Vetterdan clearly pushing Millions beyond their limits there. What did you say?
I think so, and I'm trying to, I don't think I've ever been able to see the incidents there and where they start. I'm trying to understand what's happening. Are they braking too late, or is it that the braking kind of locks them into too straight a line, and then I don't know, they just don't seem to be like able to get it woed up enough to make that turn.
Yep.
And they're not turning, like they're just locked into this straight trajectory.
Yeah,
Trying
and
to figure out what's doing it.
that brings up a great point. So this goes into the daily. Says, you can see Oak coming into all kinds of traffic as drivers have penalties. Oak just wanting to get through. Please don't hold me up. But Fernando doesn't have to give up the position. This is live qualifying, and Slipstream is turned off during qualifying, so there is no dirty air. Not that these cars really rely on downforce, and now we see Fernando get out of the way. But if Millions has only done dailies, he's used to Group 3 and Group 4 cars. He's used to being able to brake really, really late. And your braking points on this track specifically, because this is a track that you got to be on it when it comes to braking, because you don't want to be turning the wheel when you brake. He's just not getting it slowed down enough, and the back end's just carrying too much speed, too much momentum. Like you alluded to earlier, there's too much energy in the car altogether, and causing the car just to over-rotate and have issues. As Shaggy Doo puts the first time of a 156.2. We see that taken away by Oak with the 155.3. BKG not far behind with a 155.379. Very nicely done. So the GTRs in the 155s. I was thinking that I liked the GTR because it was easy to drive, but perhaps these drivers are also showing that it's fast too.
Well, easy to do. Yikes. Easy to drive often translates to fast. Not every time, but in some cases it does, and this seems to be one of them. And easy to drive is very important here. You made such a good point about like somebody who's used to driving the race cars with way more grip and way tighter suspension is trying to brake late. And that is not what you want to do on street cars. You really want to come to the brakes early and incredibly gradually, and trust the car will slow down. It will. It may feel like it's going too fast at first, and you want the reflex is to slam on the brakes, right? Which just makes it worse. Just trust that it will slow down in time. It's be as smooth as possible. And with some of these braking points being in the middle of a turn, like you said, you gotta try to straighten that car out. You can't have the wheel at any angle unless you are incredibly tender with the brakes. What just happened there? Explain that, TKs.
I absolutely missed it. I absolutely missed it. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. There was no wall, and then there was wall, and so it was found. Let's see. Yeah, we were going straight. We were good. There was no wall. Then there was wall. So wall appeared where wall was not once at.
I can.
That is my official analysis of what just happened.
As a student of PD Academy, I can tell you that everything is fine, and you don't need to worry. Just trust that Kaz has a plan.
There's a plan. There is a plan. You usually it's that you hold the wheel straight and go straight on a straight, right? However, one may experiment with that, and so far Kaz has not figured out how to stop walls from appearing when you don't go straight on the straights.
No, we had a Tuesday night. We were doing Daytona road course, and the pit exit invisible wall caught so many drivers out because the cars were a little out of control as Metal comes across the line, finishing out our qualifying. Very nicely done. But yeah, the invisible wall. I'm not a computer man. I'm not a coder, but I know that that's not how the world works.
Well, I think there's only so much you can do with a hitbox, right? You program it the best you can, and it doesn't always match up with the visuals, but one day it will.
Indeed. So we look here. No surprise, K Naranjo and the GTR with a 155.336. Not far at all. Also in the GTR, just behind him is VKG with a 155.379. And we have a bit of a gap with PhD Shaggy Doo, who opted to run the M4 safety car again because he was disconnected. So that tells me that yeah, it is allowed. I saw. Sorry, I should have said that. It was confirmed in the lobby that was okay and within the rules. But it tells me that Shaggy feels really comfortable with this car. I think being an automatic and on controller, this is the car for him. I'm excited to see what he does. Then we have PhD Vetterdan P4 in the GTR with the 156.5. Then BHR Fernando B in the Mercedes AMG. Man, all the rhymes. With a 156.5. Then, or sorry, a 156.7. Then we have Metal in the GTR with a 157.6. Then Million in the M4 with a 158.644. Not sure what happened with SSC there, but in the GTR. It's the least bright lights I see in the chat. Shaggy says that the M4 has the least bright lights, and we do know that he does suffer from migraines and headaches and stuff, and so I can understand why going with those lights is the way to go. Just not having to deal with all that nonsense going on. But now it's time for the drivers to check their tires. What do you think about this qualifying position?
What do I think about this qualifying position?
Like as far as how the race is going to play out. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I mean, I no idea, because the last race's qualifying position had nothing to do where anyone finished. We've seen penalties play a huge part in this race. We've seen that one weird corner that keeps catching everybody out play a huge part in this race. It happens to be a spot where you'll easily lose 2 or 3 positions if anyone's driving relatively close behind you. And then just, tenacity, right? Just you don't know who's going to stick with you. You made a move, but they don't let you go, and somebody will win that several corner battle. We'll see.
Yeah, we saw that really with Nasty and Vetterdan in that last race. It was like they just couldn't
let go.
Keep it together. Yeah, everybody had to put one up on the other, and that caused mistakes. Good to see the GTR. So these are the only all-wheel drives. Everything else is FR, front engine, rear-wheel drive. What is your preference? I mean, we're kind of doing a mix here between road cars and race cars, but like when it comes to Group 4, are you more rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive? And then when it comes to race car or street cars, do you prefer rear or all-wheel drive?
In Group 4, I prefer all-wheel drive. It's kind of the cheat code in Group 4. Some of those cars come out of the corners hard, right?
Yep.
In street cars, rear-wheel drive is so fun. But if I'm really racing all-wheel drive also definitely helps. But I prefer the weight balance and of course weight savings of just front engine rear-wheel drive.
Yeah. It sounds like you're like me. Understeer, I can get my hand around, and I can do it. But when I hop in naturally, I prefer an oversteer car. I would rather the back end step out than push forward.
Agreed. I hate understeer.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We can be on the same page as that. It looks like the drivers are getting to the grid here. Oh, gonna lead it off. I wonder if he will be able to keep that lead in the GTR. You can see all those lights flashing, honking the horns. The red lights are on. Grid start, false start, check. Here we go. Oh, and a little bit of movement from VKG. We saw that from P2, but there was contact. Oh, contact. That's causing all kinds of chaos further back. As you can see, the red lights of the Dodge Charger. The blue lights are the GTR. Yellow lights are the AMG, and the Christmas lights are the M4. So a good way we figured it out. As you see, squirrely business going on further back, but Oak able to carry it on ahead. Everybody looking to be pointed in the right direction. Ecstasy being very aggressive there, feeling the understeer. He's now going to have the inside. BKG, on the outside. He gets onto the dirt, and that's going to allow 3 drivers ahead. That allows Ecstasy, Fernando, and Shaggy. But no, BKG's going to fight back against... Oh, he's not able to. And there we go. Payne Naranjo with the lead. Ecstasy with the pin. What did you think about that start?
I mean, chaotic for sure. With BKG getting the false start there. Unfortunately, we saw Metal do the same exact thing in between the last race. It's crazy. But obviously, as you said, that caused some chaos behind. There was contact there. We've already got penalties on track. We've already seen some people go out wide, get in the dust. I'm not surprised. It's the last race. It's like go time. Let's do it.
Last race, go time. All drivers on the mediums except for Millions bringing up the rear. And you can see the moves getting put on there. VKG, better than Shaggy Doo in the wall. Not sure what happened to Shaggy Doo, currently in P5. And, ooh, that was crazy. Ecstasy with the half-second penalty. See what happens here. You can see coming down the hill, Ecstasy on VKG. Up the inside. Does he get it slowed down? VKG runs wide. You can see there, that's where Ecstasy got the pin. Fernando B gets through. Shaggy Doo alongside in the background. Very tight racing. And looks like it's going to continue on as we go into turn 1 on lap 2. Ecstasy with that half-second penalty, followed by Metal. We got Millions up the inside as Fernando B, either with that 1.5-second penalty or he took the Joker lap. I believe he must have taken the Joker lap. Let's look at this, Taffy. What do you see here?
Well, he's gonna get a little bit of contact going down the straight, which messes up his braking. He hits the wall. It's not the Joker. It was getting put off balance at the wrong time. Wrong place, wrong time. Oh, that sucks.
Oh, you hate to see it. You hate to see it. And the battle is back on as VKG has fallen down to last place. Wonder if he ended up doing a Joker himself. My mind is all scrambled with all these flashing lights to remember who was in what position before that replay. However, this is the most chaotic start we've had all night.
Yep, so far. Yeah, we're only on lap 2, mind you. Look at all that yellow. Look at all of these penalties that are all going to be served either here or maybe on the next lap. I don't think anyone picked one up late yet.
Metal, the only driver without a penalty so far.
Nice.
So that's going to move Metal up to, well, if he can get the move done around the outside. Oh, Vetterdan going deep, feeling that understeer. Metal hanging on, Vetterdan backing out. That's going to allow Shaggy Doo into the picture as they come out of, maybe, is that the most crucial corner? Oh no, Vetterdan loses it. It is the most crucial corner. He just proved it there. Oh my goodness, watch out. No ghosting, no ghosting. Oh, more contact. Oh, VKG. Oh.
Vetterdan and Shirley for VKG. Was that who just got collected there?
Yep, here it is. And you can see, oh, Shaggy into Vetterdan. Vetterdan, he just wants to get back going. And, oh, it looked a little glitchy there as well.
Yeah, a bit of an unsafe rejoin. I'm not sure if Shaggy got into him. I think it was already happening.
Yeah.
By the time we started this thing, and then just the rejoin, going in reverse right there. I get it. You want to get back on track as quickly as possible, but you got to let the other cars pass. You didn't have to ruin those guys' race. They had nothing to do with the incident, right?
Yeah. And I can say that Better Dan said sorry in the game chat. He understands. Metal, however, applying the pressure further back as we see SSC P2, Shaggy, and P3 just behind him. Metal doing a good job on those racing mediums, taking advantage of the chaos that happened. He was able to get through with no penalties on that last lap. So we've seen a lot from Metal tonight in a car that was hard to control, and putting it up on the front row and then going deep. And I'm going to stop talking about Metal because I've heard a thing called the commentator's curse, Tati.
I'm pretty sure we did that to him in the last race as well, possibly in the first, but I know in the last race we were like, oh, Metal's doing it now. Okay, or bad. Switch camera.
If you don't want to get cursed, then don't do a good job. That's what I say.
Exactly. Just be bad, and it can't get worse. Don't impress us. That's a terrible idea.
So kind of crazy that this has caused everything to get really spread out. But back in P5, Fernando B picking up a 1.5 second penalty, allowing 6 million to get within touch. But we'll see what happens because they got a whole lap before Fernando serves that penalty. What do you think about the penalty line here? Is it good, bad, just okay?
It's pretty devastating, right? It's a really long straight across that bridge, and you just kind of get your wings clipped. Getting a penalty there. Ooh, it's a nice like little wastegate photo. It was nice. Anyway, you get your wings clipped a little bit. You are entering somewhat of a braking zone, and that can help you defend, right? If you take the penalty and somebody's driving around you and they were kind of far back to begin with, but it's in a pretty bad spot.
Yeah, it is. It could be in a worse spot. Could be in a better spot, but it's not in a great spot. And I can tell you, I mean, we look at Millions tires. He's on the softs. He's the only driver on the softs. They're not looking great, but neither are these GTR drivers, minus BKG and Better Dan, seem to be doing just fine. But the drivers up front are starting to put quite a bit of wear. Oak is at 50% on his front left, and SSC is about the same with him. So these drivers up front pushing, drivers further back seeming to do okay. Fernando B being one of those drivers in the AMG tires are looking great, but BKG might have the best. He's in P5. He might have the best tires of the GTR medium tire runners, but he's got drivers all around him. Gonna make it hard to conserve that. What do you do here? Do you push or do you conserve?
I think you conserve. They're kind of they got to get through each other before they can get to you, right? So there's no need to overextend yourself. Maybe get enough distance so you're not embroiled in a battle with them, but trust that they'll slow each other down, and don't try to do too much trying to get away from them.
Yeah, I agree 100% because Fernando did serve that penalty, but still ahead of Millions. Fernando's tires look good, but BKG, I mean, still almost a second ahead. Gonna allow for some good driving, and Better Dan further back. Also, tires not as bad, but VKG clearly nursing those tires. I wonder if that has to do with his motion rig. He's got those 4 degrees of freedom working with him, allowing him to really get a feel for the camber here. I've watched him stream it. I've watched him demo it. If you haven't checked out Viking King Gaming, please do. Great guy. We share the same first name, so he's cool. So we were born in the late 80s. And he is doing a great job on those tires. I can't say anything more about that.
Yeah, I haven't checked out Viking King's stream, but you have told me to check it out while he's racing. I'll have to find Motion rigs are so cool. Like one. My rig is motion rig ready. Will I ever upgrade it? I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I got it. It's a track racer rig that I've been
Oh, okay, right on.
They're awesome. Yeah. It took me a while to like decide to spend the money on it, but I did a few years ago. I love this thing.
And just like you pulled the trigger on your rig there, we see Oak pulling the trigger on the pit stop. It's going to be the first pit runner on the end of lap 5, start of lap 6, allowing SSC ahead. Oak had the worst tire wear, and this is what I was afraid of. These drivers in the GTR, the front tire is going to wear a lot more than when they were in those other cars. So if they didn't practice, someone who I know for a fact practice, VKG, they're going to struggle, and it's starting to show. I think VKG might be onto something here.
Well, maybe. I mean, VKG's done all 3 races as well, so done as much learning about this race as anybody, and they're in what seems to be the strongest car. So many drivers left this one for last, and I think if we ran down the order, it's probably a GTR like sweep almost right now, right?
It's getting close to that. We have Shaggy disrupting the order as Shaggy does in the M4, but other than that, you are correct. Have you gotten a chance to try a motion rig?
Yes, once, but it was like one of those like Andretti centers, but it wasn't Andretti. But
Sure.
It was, similar concept, and you don't really get to tailor it to you or really calibrate it very well.
Right.
You kind of just get what you get, and it didn't feel like it was very well calibrated to what was actually happening on track. It actually made it harder to drive.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Metal with a nice excursion there. Not sure where he was going, but it wasn't on track, that's for sure. And you can see that's allowed VKG. He's eyeing himself a podium now.
I mean, look, I don't know if he owes a Joker lap yet. I mean, we're only 6 laps in, almost halfway through.
Yeah.
But currently on track, he's looking in great shape.
See, SSC going into the pit, struggling on those mediums. We're not halfway done, y'all. You're going to have to come out on the hards. I'm going to take a look. Oak came out on the mediums. I'm surprised he couldn't make the mediums last half the race. Is he expecting to make them last again, or is he going to go into the pits? Shaggy Do in the lead by 8 seconds with a half-second penalty. Metal just behind, still needing to pit. Tires not looking great. VKG, definitely tires looking great. He's okay on fuel, and we see Metal taking the Joker lap. Smart move by Metal, holding on to P3 there, allowing VKG up to P2. Vetterdan now into the Joker as well. SSC in the pits. Vetterdan will not lose the position.
Yeah, that Joker lap is so awkward, and this is only my 3rd Joker series, and I feel like this may be the one that flows the least. I think my first one was at Catalunya. Second one was the actual Rallycross layout at some place.
Yeah, this one's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah, definitely weird. You know, Salad said something earlier in the race, or earlier in the broadcast, that gave me an idea. He was telling the people, how Joker Series works, what this is, and he said, yep, and the drivers, they know that they have to take a Joker lap, and I'm like, what if you did a Joker Series where they don't know which of the little, off-road chicane whatevers is the Joker they need to take, right? But they need to take the right one, right? And
they have to guess.
That is part of the challenge. Either you take all of them and hope you're fast enough, or you hope that,
the one you picked.
Yes, you pick one, or maybe you just pick, half of them, and you're like, hopefully I'm in the right half. And Sal will tell you at the end of the race, that was the right one. Points count, your finish count.
That was like when you and your sibling would play a game and you had to guess, and then you'd guess and they'd say no, even though you guessed right. They just didn't want you to win. Exactly. No, but thankfully Sal is not an evil older brother, and he puts all the rules clear on the website, papasoutofgame.gg, and everyone knows where they're supposed to go. But I like your idea. Fernando now taking the lead as Shaggy, VKG, and Metal
PHE Veterdan in the pit. So VKG's really going to finish this race on really nice tires. As Fernando does his Joker lap, nicely done, a hip hop and a skip over the cone, and he's on his way in the lead, still needing to pit. Oak, the first pitter, doing a better job on his tires, but he's still got a ways to go.
Look, Oak, I don't even want to talk about this guy. He literally jumped in and just basically bullied everyone out of his way, but then was too fast for them to catch him. With the exception of Shaggy, who was giving him a run for his money, but I think that M4 is just a little too weak around here. We see Shaggy sitting in fourth and not really able to challenge Oak that I've seen.
Indeed, and we got a little strap battle here between Metal, Millions, and VKG based on when they pit. Millions pitting much earlier, VKG barely keeping it on track in the limits, and Metal just coming out just behind Millions, but Millions picking up that half-second penalty. Shouldn't be hard for Metal to dispatch him come the penalty line, but he may want to do it sooner, knowing that VKG is just behind him and any time spent battling. And sure enough, Metal being bold, he's trying to go up the inside, which becomes the outside. That allows VKG to poke his nose in. No, VKG unable to do it. They got a couple more turns before the penalty zone. They need to separate themselves, otherwise Metal is going to be under all kinds of threat of VKG. He's leaving the door open, but VKG unable to stick his nose in where it doesn't belong. But another penalty picked up by Millions. That's going to allow Metal through before the penalty line. Metal getting a better exit. Well done, making the best of a bad situation.
Oh yeah, that was sick. He did what he had to do. He saw that VKG was coming, and I think this is definitely a good example of a track where you really want to have somebody in between you and your enemy. He did what he could, but obviously, what's his name was going to serve a penalty anyway. Quick question: how the heck is Metal's car flashing yellow or red rather to match his livery, and everyone else's GTR is blue?
Sorcery.
Right?
I have no idea.
Because
I have
what part
no
of the
idea.
livery editor is this? Never seen this part of the livery editor.
He hacked it.
That's
He
crazy.
hacked it. We know who Metal is, though.
Do we?
As
I don't.
No, Metal as far as on track, because he's got the red car.
Oh, got it. I was like, are you
Not in
gonna
real
say
life.
some, like,
No.
is he Neo? Like, some famous hacker?
Is he is the chosen one.
Chosen one. No, that is insane. I literally was just like checking, and I'm like, why are his lights red?
To make this a better battle, as we have the dark side versus the light side, the Jedi.
Oh my gosh,
versus
you are
Sith.
so right.
Battling
It's
it out.
Darth Maul.
None of this green saber nonsense. We're talking blue on red, y'all. We're talking
Blue on red. Retina burning, freaking whatchamacallit, Nolan, not Nolan. What's the one who loves the lens flare? Who's the director who loves lens flare? What is his name?
George Lucas.
Nah, you were younger. It
There's
doesn't
so
matter.
many of them.
There's so many of them, but like, you know, just full bright lightsaber in
Yes.
4K with excessive lens flare is what we're looking for here.
Who's the one that does the avatars?
That is James Cameron.
Cameron. He likes
Yep.
watches too.
He does. He
I
does.
like watches.
And you know what? The director I'm thinking about is J.J. Abrams. who's
Oh,
a
Abrams,
director.
yeah.
Yep.
Please and thank you.
Abrams loves the lens flare. I think I remember reading once that he just did it to like be funny because his wife told him that, you know, he used it too much, and he was like, I'm about to go overboard with it. And so we, as fans of movies, have been dealing with it forever. There's a battle going. You take it.
Well, no, I'm going to continue on what you're saying because you're 100% right. But Better Dan taking advantage of Millions' mistakes, just carrying more speed. And this is that tunnel. You can technically take it flat out in the M4, but if you don't have the right line, you're just going to end up in the wall. And on the subject of Abrams, I've rewatched Lost every 5 years.
Nice.
Still
You know,
airtight,
I've
and there are
never
lots of
watched it.
lens flares and loss.
I remember that was my introduction to J.J. Abrams and the flare. That and then what was the Alien movie? Anyway, he did some
yeah.
Alien movie. But yeah, I've never rewatched Lost.
Oh, you should. I don't get why people hate on it so much, but also I get it.
We hated the ending. You
I
know?
just loved it. I love the ending. I think it's great.
The movie was.
I think it's a
the show was
perfect
awesome.
show. Perfect show.
Yeah, I think it was great too. You know what I just realized about that last tunnel, which is just pure evil. The reason that it sucks so bad once you get on that wrong line is that I think it's off camber on the outside there. I think it's cambered towards the wall. Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, it's rude. It's rude. That's why all these drivers have been clipping the apex and then going into the wall because they don't want any part of that outside line. And Oak pushing it. It's so hard through the tunnel, especially in the GTR because of the understeer. So much weight up front. But this car, in my opinion, sounds the best because of the turbo. It has that good old cha.
It does. However, the AMG is the one that sounds the best. But yes, this one sounds great for the turbo. I just wish turbos didn't steal so much exhaust sound. Yep. I love the burbles and the pops and the crackles of a naturally aspirated BMW inline 6.
Oh yeah, well there's not much
The
better
turbos stole that, and now the kids do pop tunes to get what we already had. We already had that. We didn't need a tune, my love.
Metal going for the GTR. I understand completely. Metal with the Joker lap taken care of in his red flashing GTR. I was pleased when I put my single exit exhaust on my Mazda, which is of course naturally aspirated. I get crackle and pops in the downshift on its own, and it made me really happy. Not all exhaust systems will do that, but mine ended up doing it, and I didn't even know it was going to.
You gotta love it. It's so good when you just find that perfect. Like most, no one thinks about a car sounding good off throttle, but when you have the right exhaust and the right kind of like compression and all that, yes, off throttle can sound heavenly.
Better Dan making moves, forcing the mistake from Fernando. I didn't see if there was contact. I feel like it was just pure pressure. We're gonna take a look at this again. You can see Vetterdan wanting to get by. Oh, and he clips it. He clips too much of the inside, unsettling the car, and that allows Vetterdan to get by. The pressure was too much for Fernando B. Vetterdan making a good run for it.
Man, yeah, and it's late in the race for that to happen too. We're 11 laps in, or we're working the 11th lap here. Rather, those big mistakes are hard to recover from when you don't have much time.
You really don't, and SSC picked up a half-second penalty, so his chances of catching to Oak are worsening, but he does have a great gap between him and Shaggy. Doesn't look like he has much to worry about staying on the podium in P2, but VKG now trying to hunt down Shaggy, but VKG's tires looking worse than Shaggy's, so his original plan, making those tires work, he seems to be pushing it much harder in this second stint.
Yeah, I think on the mediums you can, right? And also there's nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. Last race, and he does. Yeah, I do think he might be in a better situation when it comes to fuel, so maybe a little less fuel saving. But Vetterdan now really wanting to get past Metal.
Look how beautiful that view is.
Stunning.
Very
stunning.
If you have never been to California, go and make it a point to drive the Pacific Coast Highway because it does look exactly like it looks in the movies. Like in Hollywood, makes it look exotic and gorgeous. It looks exactly like that, and it's wild to drive on such a gorgeous road.
It really is. It really is. It is absolutely beautiful. I really love the northern part where California and Oregon come together.
Yes.
It just, that's where they filmed Star Wars. So that's where the Ewoks live, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Yep. It's got some real good twisties in Northern California, too. Like, it's tight. up that way, and less crowded. You know, like you can up in Northern California, you can run that road, and it's like no civilization. But then when you get down towards LA,
Oh yeah,
it's beautiful,
crazy.
but like it's kind of residential. There's a restaurant here. You can't really hoot it the way you want to.
Yep, indeed. This part is absolutely stunning. The number of bridges and tunnels I've driven through that look like this, so much fun. Metal with that half-second penalty, putting some distance between himself and Vetterdan. Hopefully it's going to be enough, but no, look, Vetterdan getting a better exit, able to close in quite a bit. Let's see what happens as they come down the hill in the braking zone. Vetterdan really able to close the gap, but Metal, as Vetterdan hits the wall, I was going to say Metal getting the better line. I thought Vetterdan may have had it, but he pushed it a little too hard with that understeer. But Vetterdan has worse tires than Metal as he gets a bit squirrely down the hill. They both keep it pointed in the right direction. No penalties from that incident other than the one Metal got earlier on in the previous lap. Back on the throttle, and it looks like Metal's a bit defensive, but keeping it together. We're going to go through the technical bit. Let's take a look at Vetterdan's inputs here with those worn tires. He's on the throttle, back off of it, no brake input, full throttle. There's the brakes. And then, he almost goes into the back of him. Full second now from Metal, picking up more track limit penalties. This isn't helping him. And with only a lap and a half remaining, this is going to be in Vetterdan's favor. Even though his tires are more worn, he's going to get track position. What do you think Metal's chances are of gaining this position back on the final lap, Tati?
They're rough. I mean, maybe, these right-handers will really slow Vetterdan down because that front left looks terrible. I don't remember what Metal's tires look like right now, but he didn't lose too much. Again, the fact that Vetterdan has to go into a braking zone, kind of helping him to not lose so much there. And he can be quick. He's got a little more meat on that left front, so he will be better in those right-handers, and that is the majority of this track is long sweeping right-handers, as evidenced by the fact that that tire does get so worn. He's got a chance if he can get a better exit on like this corner, right? Because it is one of those long sweeping ones, might get him into the braking in the next turn, but he's running out of opportunities.
He really is, but he is going to have a pretty good tire advantage here. Vetterdan's tires being they're down to less than 25%. So Metal is looking better if he can just keep it together here, but that's quite the gap. That's quite the gap now between him and Vetterdan. And that's not going to help him anymore. And we should stop talking about Metal.
We do it every time. Actually, we didn't start this one. We did not start this.
We didn't start it
with a 0.5. So I'm not taking responsibility for this one. Let's not sign the ticket.
Indeed, and on the last lap, as you can see him going a bit into the wall, Oak's tires are wearing out, but fortunately for him, as long as he can keep it pointed in the right direction, thankfully this car is all-wheel drive, and his rears have plenty of traction. He should be okay. Going through the tunnel might be a bit tricky. We may see a penalty, but I think he's got a good enough lead that he will secure his second victory of the evening. SSC just behind him, and then Shaggy Doo in the M4. So here we go through the tunnel. SSC through the tunnel as well. Looking good. And he's keeping it together, keeping it tight. And well played. A second victory for K Naranjo. Coming across the line, SSC, who's been putting on a fine performance this evening. Last two races being exceptional. Shaggy Doo in the M4, doing it differently, the way the Doo does it. And he is across the line in P3. Then we have BKG with a 1.5 second penalty, but he is clear of Vetterdan. That means it's Vetterdan across the line with P5. What a battle between him and Metal. Metal coming across the line in P6, leaving only Millions, who, shout out to Million, sticking out, showing up for 3 races, looking like they're having a great time. We'd love to have you back. Welcome, my friend.
Yeah. Million Vertices, thanks for putting it on. We love that livery, of course, kind of a new but traditional M livery situation. If you're a fan of the M cars, that makes your heart beat a little bit faster when you see those colors.
indeed.
Shaggy
Gotta
says,
love
"Please don't
them
flash
M
me."
cars.
You do. I haven't had the pleasure of owning one, but soon.
I got to drive a 2018 M4 6-speed from
Nice.
Gwinnett County to Lake Hartwell, and it was
Nice.
amazing.
I'm
As
a little more old school.
it was beautiful. I would love to drive the older ones. So here we have it, our final standings. Tati, take it away.
Oh, I get to read the final. Well, Kay Naranjo, aka Oak, with a win, second win of the night in the GTR. In second place, you've got PHG X the Steve, we've seen pretty consistently up top, also in the GTR. Shaggy Doo, third place with the M4, way to come back from that disconnection. In fourth place, we're looking at PHG VKG Racing in the GTR safety car. Thanks for being here all night. In fifth place, PHG Vetter Dan, who has fought hard every time we have seen him, also in the GTR. And Metal in sixth, Metal Rock and Roll. You're going to have to teach us how to do the livery thing in the GTR safety car. In seventh place, Million Vertices, Bravo, also in the M4 GTR safety car rather. And then we lost Fernando, which I didn't even notice, unfortunately, but he was in the Mercedes AMG and he DNF'd.
There we have it. That very good. That was so different.
Yep.
For each race was completely different, which was weird. Like the first race, it was just kind of a consistent.
It was mellow.
You know, what was happening was happening. Second race, it was popping off, especially in the mid-pack. And then the third race, I mean, that looked like a real professional race with the number of penalties and cautions and cars going every which way. That's what real-life racing looks like, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
6 hours of yellow.
Exactly. Like, man, what was going on? That was some good stuff. We need to pick a driver of this race for our final race. Tati, I'll give it to you.
You know, I didn't give it to him the first time around. This time I got to. It's Shaggy. Shaggy held it down, podium in the M4, which we figured was pretty weak around the track. And to do it in automatic with a controller on a high tire wear track was incredible.
Yeah, it was very impressive of Shaggy to hold off all those other GTR runners. I mean, VKG started in P2. Shaggy was able to get ahead of him. And he was in the GTR. I'm going to have to go with Ecstasy. Not only did they have a great race last race, big improvement. This race, they started P8 and got up onto the podium. So I'm going to go 2 for 2 on Ecstasy there. And then, of course, Kay Naranjo putting on a show. Well done to him as well.
Yep, bravo.
So we're going to go to a little break. And when we come back, we got a couple different newses for you. And we'll have Salamander back with us to present those newses. But we'll have the next Joker Series combo coming up. So don't go anywhere. Please vote in the chat. It's pinned there in the chat. Also, the Papa's House of Games website pinned in the chat. And we will see you shortly as we head off to Wisingham Manor.
Through the air, every nerve alive. The world's a blur of motion, only speed survives. Pressure in the veins, time is breaking down. Take the line that twists away, no turning back now. Adrenaline, adrenaline, rushing in the bloodstream, can't contain. One chance, one line, overtake, redesign. Adrenaline, adrenaline, voices in the engine sing. One chance, one line, cross the
Heartbeat, ignite left, right. Heartbeat, ignite left, right. Heartbeat, ignite left, right. Heartbeat, ignite left. Adrenaline, adrenaline. Voices in the engine say, one chance, one line. Cross the edge of time. Gotta burn it up, in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. The Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, yeah. Burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Stealing sparks, we're dancing with the flame. Every corner's deadly, but we play the game. Joker's rules, no mercy, no disguise. See the hunger for the win in every driver's eyes. Wreckage in the rear view, ghosts on my tail. Push the throttle harder, I was born to fail. No brakes, no mistakes, just a rebel's heart. Joker series rips the world apart. Truth is I'm wired, adrenaline's my vice. Risk it all, roll the dice, pay the price. Fuel in my veins, fire in my chest. Joker's got me hooked, no time for rest. Gotta burn it up, in the Joker series, burn it down. Push the limit, hear the crowd scream and shout. No surrender, no fear, we're tearing up the ground. In the Joker series, we're lost but never found. Burn it down, burn it to the core. Rev it up, leave them begging for more. Joker's calling, feel the rush, no doubt. In the series, we burn it down. Crash and burn, spin out, lose control. Joker's laughing, it's a fight for my soul.
He's
All right,
muted.
everybody.
He's muted.
Welcome back. I am back this time. Man, that was some fun racing. Each one seemed to kind of ramp up. Like that first race, you know, people, like you guys said, kind of getting used to it. And then the second one got pretty wild, and the third one had some wild moments as well. I'm sure for you guys calling it, you're probably a little even just tired from that. Not as much as these drivers are. I mean, there's a lot of wheel in it to try to get these things around the track for sure.
Yeah, I turned down my force feedback actually, because it was too. My arms got tired after like 2 laps. I was like, no, I'm turning this down.
It's one of those tracks, left, right, you know? Yeah, you get exhausted, especially with so many of us moving to direct drive.
Yep.
Right. All right, so we're going to end the poll. Looks like Shaggy's going to pull out the win on this one with 60% of the vote. Kane Naranjo with 2 wins on the night with 40% of the vote. Shaggy, probably the crowd favorite, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know, the mastermind behind the PHG World Series. Not surprised he gets some of the vote there.
Love that.
But yeah, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts on the night? I mean, I just kind of gave my thoughts on how I felt about it, doing it all from behind the scenes. But T-Case, you know, what stood out for you?
I honestly didn't think the GTR was gonna be that competitive because of tire wear, and to see, I was surprised. I honestly did think that those drivers who did all 3 were going to finish on the Hellcat and had somehow figured out how to wrangle that thing, but clearly that was not the case. So seeing the GTRs doing as well as they did was a surprise to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Tati, how about you?
I actually want to say it. Now that I think about it, there were 4 cars, only 3 races. So anyone who took the Hellcat was just a glutton for punishment. I completely forgot. You didn't have to take it. Thoughts on the races? Super fun combo, challenging in a lot of the ways that we said. It was going to be hard to control those cars. We saw that. Really, challenging racetrack, but so beautiful. It's so perfect for street cars, honestly. I think it was a good time. The flashing lights, unfortunately, for folks like Shaggy, was a little bit of an issue, but I think it made for a fun visual.
It was kind of a meme race. I really made it as that. I wanted to do the safety cars and just be kind of silly because we haven't seen that. I will say in my practice, if you could get the lap times pretty competitive in that Charger. It's just the tire wear. There's no way to not burn up the tires in that car.
Yeah.
Unless maybe you're using like traction control 5 or something, maybe that'll help not burn them up. But the thing is fast and it is fun, but it's so hard to control. So, I mean, props to all the drivers who stuck it out. I mean, Million Vertices sticking around for all 3, really working on getting better. We saw him at the Rallycross course and he actually did pretty good there. So we're hoping to see him more often as well. Maybe show up in the PHG World Series when that fires up in a month or so. So
maybe
right around the corner.
Maybe.
But with that being said, come to that point in the night where we reveal next month's combo, and we got some fun stuff there. So how about we bring that up? Let's see. Next round. Here we are. We are going to be at Suzuka. And we're reusing the Toyota FT1. We use that at Catalunya, but we're also bringing in the new Mines BNR 34 GTR. So this one, it's got the Joker lap is after the hairpin. If you see on the graphic there, I've got the little purple bump there. So it's on that kind of long sweeping section where you can get through the Joker pretty quick, but it does really kind of disrupt your flow as you're coming into Spoon. You're going to be carrying less speed than all the other drivers. And I will say, in these 2 cars, it's a little iffy going through that long right-hander. Like, it just doesn't quite hold the line like you would think in the GT3 cars. I'll let you guys give your thoughts. I got to reset my headset because it just blipped out on me. But you guys talk about it for a minute.
Okay. Yeah. No problem. So FT1 was the Mines BNR 34 GTR N1, perfect for Suzuka. I realized I've never. I don't think I've ever taken that little chicane. I think it's like a motorcycle course thing, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe a club course situation.
Yeah, I've only done it in the limited testing I did with Sal, but I honestly don't know that I've driven. I don't know that I own either of these cars.
I know I don't. Actually.
They are both in Brand Central. The Mines being one of the brand new cars. I think it came out just 2 months ago.
Okay.
It's an expensive car. It's I think like
3 million.
Is it 3 million? Yeah, it's up there. So it's a spendy one. The Toyota's been around for quite a while, and people got used to it at Catalunya, and Suzuka having all the twisty bits and all the straight line bits. It's this is gonna be a fun one to get through. So once again, we are going to be sponsored in this race by 40 Racewear, and that brings me to we're gonna have prizes again. Actually, the next 3 races, we're gonna have some prizes that are gonna be on the line. First and foremost, for the winner, 40 Racewear is going to provide a trophy. This is the same trophy that they gave out last time, or what they were calling the hero card. We actually took a screenshot of the one that was sent to Josh for one of his wins. But it's a nice acrylic trophy for the winner. Second place, I'll be giving away a brand new to the Salamander Racing merch store, SR Joker Series coffee mug. Third place, I'll be giving away a $5 gift card to the Salamander Racing merch store. But then the fourth prize is actually going to go to a random driver. So not necessarily a finishing position, but more of a participation trophy for anybody who qualifies and attempts to race after registering for the prize split, and they will get a custom designed 4D Racewear jersey. What I've got on the screen, is not the jersey we're going to make. That's just a sample template that they sent me, but we will actually custom design something, probably put your name across the back and stuff like that. We still have to design what it's going to look like. But that's what we're going to have here for this next race at Suzuka, which is going to take place on May 21st, as we showed in the last one. So I'll open up registration probably tomorrow when I update the website, so people can go in and start getting registered just like we did last time. If we have 14 or fewer drivers, we'll just have one competitive split. Otherwise, if we get more than 14, we'll run a qualifying session to whittle the drivers down to the 14 that'll be competing for these prizes. If you sign up, if we have 20 people sign up, all 20 will be eligible for the random winner for the jersey, not just the people who make the competitive split. But as long as you register for the event and you make a qualifying attempt, your name goes in the hat, and you have the possibility of winning the jersey. So
very cool. Very cool. Awesome. I like that.
Yeah, this is I don't know. We're really going to try to make this one a little more fun. It's going to be like last time, the next 3 races. The prizes aren't going to necessarily be exactly the same for all 3. We're going to figure out those details as we get to the next one, but this is what the next one's going to look like. So come one, come all, and try to fill up these lobbies. I think it'll be a fun one. So that's what we got. I think that concludes this particular event. I do want to shout out once again to 4D Racewear. Go check them out. Thank you for sponsoring the Joker Series. We like talking to Jim. Oh, another quick little precursor is that I think in that third race, I think we're going to get Jim from 4D to actually come in, and we're going to talk to him between some of the races. So the actual owner of 4D Racewear, we're going to bring him into the booth and give him or do a little interview, let him talk about his products and stuff like that. So really nice guy. I've talked to him a couple of times on the phone, but also through Discord, and I think it'll be fun kind of hearing from him and what he's doing for the community here, both sponsoring me and the Joker Series and Papa for the PHG World Series. So I'm kind of excited for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I can't wait.
But yeah, some shout outs to, some of our sister organizations that we deal with. Of course, TK's here. He runs TK's Tuesday and the NASCAR Thunder stuff on Thursday. So definitely go check him out. We've got his, YouTube channel listed there on the screen. So definitely go find his channel and sub there. The PHG World Series that I mentioned is going to be starting up, I think, in about a month, right after NRL finishes up. You can find all the information on that on the papashouseofgame.com website. We're working on all the what's going to be coming up as season 4. We're working on the actual website details for season 4, but you can go there now to see how season 3 wrapped up, and along with some information from seasons prior to that. And then I mentioned the NRL, the Naughty Racing League. That's going on right now. They've had, is it 2 rounds of competition or 3 that they've completed? I think it's 2. I think
3.
They've done
round
3.
4. Yeah,
last
round 4.
points round is weekend after next.
Yep.
That's right. So in 2 weekends they'll be doing round 4 over there at the NRL. You can get more information on that over at mcnaughty.gg. And Tati, you're part of Sector 7 Racing. Do they got anything going on right now?
Yeah, the GT The yeah, there's so many acronyms. It's a sprint series. We run with the IRO guys. You guys know about the GT Endurance series. This is the GT Sprint series. I think that's what we've named it. I don't remember, but I'm actually doing commentary on that on Saturday. This coming
nice.
Saturday, yeah. So gonna get that's round 2 that's happening. So gonna get to jump in that way. I'm supposed to be racing in it. I'm hoping I get to jump in before the end of the season. I should be able to.
Cool. I know that the proprietor over there, Nuke, he also runs his time trial competition, which I've been having fun in. I like doing that because I can practice up and do the time whenever it's convenient for me, which sometimes is in the middle of the night, sometimes it's on my lunch break. But I've kind of been enjoying doing that as well. So
yeah, there's less pressure, right? It's a qualifier, but like,
right,
when the lap clicks, it clicks. You don't have a timer.
right. I love doing the time trial stuff. I know a lot of people really enjoy racing against other people, the daily races and all that kind of stuff, which I also enjoy. But there's something satisfying about getting a good solid time down too. So I'll sit there and churn laps. I know VKG does that. He'll sit there and qualify and churn laps like crazy, which is how he's gotten so fast. So it's kind of a fun little series.
You like everything to be in its right place, and when you get a perfect lap done, everything is where it's supposed to be.
Exactly it. I heard this once that I think I have CDO. It's a lot like OCD, but the letters are in the right order.
CDO, God.
That's funny.
But all right, so I think that's going to wrap it for today. Any final thoughts from you guys? Tati, I'll let you go first.
Yeah, sure. Just thank you for another evening of great racing to all you drivers. I think there's a few different drivers than what I've seen so far anyway. So thank you to this crop of drivers, and I hope to see you on next time.
Absolutely. And UT Case.
Yeah, great racing, y'all. Good stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.
Yep, absolutely. Looking forward to seeing people at Suzuka. Hopefully we get people in doing some practices. I'll try to put up a practice lobby probably tomorrow or this weekend so people can go capture the settings. I'll post things in the Discord if that happens. But until then, everybody take it easy. Peace out. Be nice to one another, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.
See you guys.